Camping League live this afternoon from the Gardens Oval, Port Fairy. Jump on the 3YBFM Facebook page to stream this game live. That's right, you can watch the vision in beautiful sunshine here at the Gardens Oval, Port Fairy. Great to see Swisher Bell running around out there as a runner for the Port Fairy Seagulls. And we're just running our way over Hilly and Blackie. And, geez, there's a lot of new faces down there for the Port Fairy Seagulls, isn't there?
Sure is, mate. Yeah, we went through that before, yeah, like Ayres, Swarbrick's a name of Port Fairy, but young George was at Croydon and he come back to Port Fairy. Jake Bartlett we've seen before, as we Shane Savage, Stood, is that Stored. James Duncan, I think he's a local boy. Also McGuinness, Darcy Smith, Hamish Gleeson, son of Stevie Gleeson. So, you know, there's going to be same with Portland Hilly. There's a lot of new faces there, young ones that we haven't heard of, but looking forward to the contest. And as both coaches have said, look, they're in a learning. There are going to be things that are going to put in place and they're going to try and move the ball quickly and get it in their forward line. So.
Absolutely. Pice, let's go down to you all. Thanks to Rent for Keeps.
Good on you, Hilly. We just had the toss and Daniel Jackson from the Portland Tigers won the toss and is elected to kick to the town end. Umpires in charge today, boys. Corey Marnie, of course, a long-time Warrnambool District umpire. And a new boy, Chris Fitzharding. Chris has come down from Wagga. He umpired in the Riverina League up there. So he's come down to Warrnambool to join the Warrnambool umpires, which is really good. So all set, boys, to go. And as we said, should be a great contest.
Going to be an absolute ripper. We must thank our major sponsors too. Bait Nest, Rural Roger Bait and the team. Brad Nest do a wonderful job for all your farming needs on Karamat Road in Warrnambool. SunGold, fresh milk, of course. Billy Slater and the team. Great to have them involved once again in 2021. Clinton Bolsh, Warrnambool Nissan. Wonderful supporters of the Hand Football Netball League and that magnificent Nissan motor vehicle. And I'll mention a little bit later on that car of the week deal, which goes right through until Wednesday. And McDonald's, Anthony Negro and the team at McDonald's Warrnambool for all your McCafe needs. Make sure you get in and see Anthony and Jason, the crew at McDonald's in Warrnambool, boys. It is absolutely magnificent. I can't believe the contrast from last week to this week, boys.
Unbelievable.
You seriously, you think you're living in a different country or something? It's
sort of like Queensland, where the last week was like, living in the Antarctic, I reckon.
And Daniel Falcone's had the number one zipper go straight over for the Portland Tigers. Benny Malcolm, of course, the big ruckman from the Portland Tigers, a big boy. And we're going to see Savage. He's going to go and line up, I would imagine, across half back. Colin Harwood, one of the veterans for the Port Fairy Seagulls, now heading down back as well. It is all going well for a fantastic little contest here at the Gardens Oval, Port Fairy. Two young teams with some young talent about to go head-to-head.
And Toby Jennings there, Stewie. I think he got one of their best last week. And younger brother of Harris, who's gone down to Leopold this year. Young Giddings is down there also. So lost a few good kids, but you like to see them go on. They're going to uni and doing things like that. But
first game for Harris down at Leopold.
I think so.
This afternoon in the GFL clash. So looking forward to it.
A few kids on the ground down here. Just got to get
hang on, they better get them off.
Just in their own little world.
So who are you tipping, Blackie?
Yeah, look, that's a tough one, mate. Look, home ground advantage will give the Seagulls. Andy McNeil, couple of good ins, so Seagulls just, mate.
Let's get it underway. Jake Bartlett in the ruck for the Seagulls and Malcolm for the Tigers. And no clear tap down, working hard there for the Seagulls with Jonathan Ayres. No one get a real little bit of clearance out there. I think there was smother there off Swarbrick. In there is Valori. And nice bit of work there by Shane Savage, the former AFL player. Kicks it a half forward. Well read in there by Josh Jenner to Jackson. Back to Jenner. Drives inside, forward 50. Hampshire's going to be the target. Working back was the Seagulls' defence. Loose handball comes out. And it comes off the toe of Dwyer. And Jenner in there once again, trying to work his way through and holding the ball. And a nice tackle there by the Seagulls. And I reckon that's Murray Stored who'll get the resultant free kick.
Oh, some new faces and new names, isn't there, boys? So Stored now, he's deep in defensive 50, kicks out wide, looking for Bartlett, but Malcolm takes a big, strong, contested mark. Plays on quickly, the big man, pumps it long and strong. Who's there? Colin Harwood gets a fist away. Oh, beautiful pick up by Harwood, the veteran. Steps around a couple, could have gone too far.
Ooh.
And what's he going to do here?
Dangerous
There's a
tackle.
dangerous
Yeah,
tackle against
it
you,
was.
Cole. It was aggressive, and the free kick, resultant free kick, will go to Portland. And I can't quite pick up who that is, but he's a little bit ginger out of that tackle. It was aggressive. That was why it was paid. And he's not moving overly quick at the moment. It might be Denbauer, is it? For the Portland Tigers.
Tommy Sharp, I reckon.
Tommy Sharp, it is.
Former coach.
Former coach, and he's a little bit sore. We might just start Possum Kelly on the boundary. All thanks to Red for Keeps. Just keep an eye on Tommy Sharp for us, buddy.
Will do. He was thrown pretty heavily to the ground, wasn't he? And I think he had his sort of arms pinned, so you can't break your fall in that situation. He's pretty dangerous.
Plays on quickly, gets the handball onto Daniel Falcone. Big high up and under. Goes to the top of the square. Who's there? Good mark. Joshy Dewey, my man. I like this kid. He's grown a foot. Not the best kick that time. I put the moz at him. Picked up. Quick kick out of the pack by Valori. It goes through hands and it gets rushed through for a behind. And that is the first score of the afternoon. So the Port Fairy Seagulls, they go to, the Portland Tigers go to 1 behind 1 point. They lead the Seagulls yet to score on the Shojin Rock Hard Concrete scoreboard.
Izzy Martin with the handball received. Savage was the intended target. Martin was good enough to find his own ball. Working hard, there's McGuinness on that outer side wing for the Port Fairy Seagulls. And just jumping through there was the Tigers. They got a clear handball. Jackson dispossessed. Really hot football on that outer side wing. They're all jumping on it. And there's a push in the back. Free kick, Portland Tigers. And we'll just wait for who the recipient is. So the Tigers, I think it's Hampshire. He plays on directly. Spear and kick into the target of number 12, and that was Aaron Shepherd playing forward this afternoon. Big Meal on that outer side, picks it up, nice bit of work, and it was James Duncan, in fact. They look very similar, that blonde locks, and we'll have a boundary throw in on that outer side. 3 minutes gone on the fresher time clock, and we'll go down to the boundary, all thanks to Red for Keeps, Possum Kelly.
Yeah, good on you, Hilly. Just early observation with Port off half-back. They're sort of looking to give that first handball rather than that quick kick, so they're trying to get the ball into the centre and then look like unloading into the half-forward line.
Here they go. Portland Tigers into attack once again. Seagulls got some numbers back there. Savage is lurking, coming through as Harwood. There goes Savage. Harwood in there once again, picked it up. No, he didn't. Dispossessed. Quick kick out of the pack. Undermanned. One man there was the Portland Tigers. Probably lucky in the end, but a quick kick out of the pack. And it finds the youngster for the Portland Tigers, and that is young
Dunlop, I think.
Weary Dunlop. He's about 25 metres out on a slight angle. Athletic young kid by the looks of him, comes in. Is this the first goal of the afternoon? Umpire moves just to the left. The Portland faithful like it, and that is a goal. So Portland 1-1-7. They lead the Seagulls yet to score. And that is on the Shojin Rock Hard Concrete scoreboard. And Alan Blackburn, what a great start to the Portland Tigers.
It is, mate. 5 inside 50s, 1 mark, but the Port Fairy defender was standing about 5 metres behind him or to the side of him. Should have been awake, so he'll learn from that. Quick kick out of the pack and a good finish by young Dunlop. But 5 inside 50s and 0 to Port Fairy, boys.
Just a couple of, loose free kicks there given away by the Seagulls has allowed those inside 50s to occur as well, Blackie.
Yeah, it was, mate. And they seem to be pretty hard around the ball, Portland, so... You know, Savage had a couple of touches. Once he gets a bit of free-flowing footy, they'll be better.
Malcolm looking to get Falcone, but he got the kick out instead. A nice kick and a nice mark, I should say, taken by the Tigers across half forward. Out in front of a teammate. Couldn't quite pick up the mark there was young Tets Mitchell. Ooh. Injury there for the Seagulls. Handball found McIntyre, but not a good kick in the end. And a mark taken there by Aaron Williams, the former old collegian. Kicks across the face of the 50. And hits up Duncan, the youngster. He'll look for Bartlett out wide on that centre wing. It bounces favourably, works the handball back to Isaac Martin. And Possum have got an Arts and K injury update with a young player for the Seagulls making their way off the ground.
Yeah, and I don't think it's real good either. Hilly, because the way he landed on his left leg there was certainly really jarred. George McDonald it is, and I fear for that there because I did see his knee buckle pretty badly, his left knee, so fingers crossed, but yeah, the way he landed doesn't look real flash to me.
Hopefully it's just a hyperextension.
Yeah, I'm not
for the
sure,
young
Matty.
kid,
I think,
Georgie.
yeah, not good.
That's update all thanks to Arts and K, and I hope you're enjoying the streaming. If you're joining us for the very first time, that was the first score on the board for the Port Fairy Seagulls. So they go to one behind. They trail Portland 117. We've played 6 minutes in this first term into attack once again. Flying over the back. That time was Jimmy Conlon. Goes through hands. Falco picks up. Handball comes out. That time to little Toby Jennings. Jennings kicks out wide. It's all Port Fairy out here going back. Take a nice mark. Is that man Joshy Dewara. I like this kid. Goes inboard. It was an absolute worm burner. And that finds Jonathan Ayres. He wants to switch the play to Big Bartlett. Chippy in, though, is Colin Harwood. He runs and takes him on. Kick smothered. Here's little Izzy Martin. He gets a handball back to a teammate in Murray Stored. Stored's kick's not that good. Picked up, though, by Harwood again. Handball over the top. Here goes little James Duncan. Runs in the goal. Has he kicked it? Umpire says no. And it goes through for a minor score. So two behinds, Port Fairy. Portland 117. Shojin Rocco Concrete scoreboard.
Yeah, good game there. Colin Harwood getting his hand on it a bit there, boys. And, yeah, looking good when they go forward, but just need to hit a target going forward.
I like the look of Duncan. He had a bit of the ball early. 3-on-1, Seagulls, Tigers. Trying to be kept in by Hamish Gleeson. Got it forward. 1-on-2. Oh, may have been ripped off the footy. Well read there by Lockie Gunning. Smothered kick. Nice bit of work there by Harrison Kerr for the Tigers. Gunning in there once again looking for Conlon. Working his way back was Proctor. And the Seagulls just trying to defend inside their forward 50, but a mark taken there by Josh Jenner right in the goal square. So Jenner, who's been busy early, would have had 3 or 4 touches, brings to the broadcast side. The target is going to be Kerr, big fly. Sitting at the back there was the youngster and Harry McIntyre. He takes a nice mark right in front of Darcy Smith for the Seagulls. And he plays on straight around. Malcolm's going to be the target, and Malcolm takes a nice mark. He'll go laterally inside the centre square. Kick has to be good. Finds Hampshire. Ripped off the footy. Plays on. Umpire pays advantage. The Tigers inside forward 50. They go deep. They try to find Shepherd, and it just goes out of bounds. The kick a little bit wayward. And we'll have a boundary throw in 10 metres around from the goal square.
Had to be a Matco high contender there. That was a great mark by Benny Malcolm. And just on Matco Hire and Tractor Smith, they got the portable en-suites now down at Matco Hire. So make sure you give Tractor and the boys a call for all your portable en-suite needs. Here's young Sammy Hampshire now, goes up against the wire. Fist comes through. It's pretty scrappy, as you can imagine. Quick kick out of the pack. It's going to come straight back, though, because Falcone takes an uncontested mark, goes inboard, spots a teammate there in Daniel Jackson. And Jackson's going to go back. I think it is. Yes, it is. Daniel Jackson's going to go back and have a shot about 35 metres out directly in front. This is for the second of the afternoon for the Portland Tigers. And what a start it would be. So Jackson comes in, runs around, kicks on its way. I think he's faded just to the left. Yes, he has, and it goes through for a minor score. So 1-2-8, the Portland Tigers, 2 behinds, Port Fairy Seagulls. Philip Possum Kelly on the boundary, all thanks to Rent for Keeps.
Good on you, Matty. Yeah, we heard Winners touch on it before the game that Port Fairy were going to play that high press. The couple of forward entries there, they'd done that, and Portland were able to pick their way through it once. Portland playing a similar way, so it's going to be it's a bit of a game of tactics at the moment, and I think both teams are trying to get the ball on the outside. Hasn't really happened yet, but I think at some stage it's going to open up.
So the McNeil gets the clearance. It's a high up and under kick wing for McGuinness. Oh, I'll tell you what, has that made the 15? I'm not so sure about that, but his teammate Aaron McGuinness takes the mark. Kicks it along centre wing. A number of players will fly. Malcolm, one of those, just couldn't quite get it in the end. Connor Peters at the bottom of the pack. In there is Jenner again. Nice bit of work, but a free kick's been plucked out for holding the man, and Josh Jenner will be the recipient. So he's looked good early, Jenner. Had a couple of touches. He'll go short by foot. The target will be Hampshire, Harry Hampshire. And the brothers both playing this afternoon for the Tigers. Plays on. Goes a low kick. McGuinness out in front will take the mark, uncontested. And a bit of...
He's a likely type, isn't he?
Yeah. Table tennis player at Russell's Creek, McGuinness. So he comes over from the creek. Jenner's going to be the man in front. Good bit of work there by number 7 and BJ Dalton. He's got some class about him. Dispossessed, that's throwing the ball or holding the ball, and the Seagulls will go inside forward 50 thanks to Colton.
Yeah, Colton plays on quickly too. It's a one-on-one. James Imby, brother of the great Winners, of course. He's got a few party tricks as Imby. He flicks the ball out, but not this time, and the ball goes out of bounds, and we are going to have a throw up right next to the Port Fairy goal line. And, well, they trail by 6 points. Alan Blackburn, you got any Synod account stats for us, mate, so far in this contest?
We have, mate, 1 centre clearance each, 5 inside 50s for the Seagulls for their 2 behinds, and 7 inside 50s for Portland.
Malcolm and Bartlett go at it once again in the ruck. Quick kick out. It's going to be cleared now by the defence of the Portland Tigers, but it's going to come back. And my man, Joshy Dewara, I love this kid, plays on quickly from outside 50. It's a long raking kick. Have a look at that through the hands and goes through for a minor score. But I tell you what, Blackie, he's looking dangerous, young Dewire.
He is. He's pushing up from his centre-half back position, mate, and really with that man on the mark, he crept an extra 5 metres then. So
And he's grown and filled out, hasn't he?
He has. He's got tall. He could be nearly a key defender now, couldn't he?
Oh, he's a good kid, I reckon, Hilly.
He is.
Bit of ink on the calf too, boy.
So Josh Edwards, good kick. A nice mark taken by the Portland Tigers. And they've got a bit of run and a bit of space here to work with. If Jennings can take the mark, he does. Wheels around one, goes inside. The target's going to be McIntyre, and he hits him up. And he's got a running teammate of Peters if he wants him. Inside forward 50, a real unrealistic,
paid it.
Yeah, had to be a free kick.
unrealistic attempt for a mark.
I think he's paid a
Shepherd.
Shepherd.
Oh, he paid
I think
it.
it's going to Port Ferry, is it?
Just a little bit undersized. No.
He couldn't, mate. He went a bit early, didn't
Yeah,
he?
he did.
So Aaron Shepherd going to be the recipient, and he'll be looking to kick the second of the day for the Portland Tigers. How many inside 50s have the Tigers had?
8, mate.
8 to this inside 50s thanks to Synod account stats. So Aaron Shepherd.
And 3 marks inside 50. Seagulls not to mark it inside their forward 50.
They lead by 5 points. Can he make it to 11 points? Shepherd comes in. It's working its way to the left. Another minor score. So some opportunities going begging here, Blackie, on the Shojin concrete scoreboard.
Two in a row now that they've kicked it where Poss said it was going across the ground. So both of them take them to the left of the goalpost, mate. So they need to readjust there, Poss.
Yeah, I think the ideal shot from directly in front there, Blackie's probably about a foot inside that right goalpost,
Yep.
and it'll draw back nicely. But
Yeah.
if you aim for the middle of the goals, you're not likely to get it through.
Any update on young Georgie McDonald, Poss? As
Not as
kick
yet.
comes
Do we
in
know?
and intercepted a beautiful
Playing all right,
finish
aren't they?
there too. They're playing well. Daniel Jackson spots up a teammate there in Sammy Hampshire. And Hampshire is going to go back and have a shot 20 metres out directly in front. You would think this is going to be the second of the afternoon. I like what I'm seeing here with Portland. They've got some good young kids that are athletic and run and take the game
The
on.
Seagulls are a bit slow at picking their men up, aren't they? Like,
Yeah, defensively a little bit scrappy early. Here comes Hampshire, comes in, stabs at it, but it's a goal straight through the hay diddle, and that takes the Portland Tigers to 2-3-15. They lead the Seagulls 3 behind 3 points. Shojin Rockhart concrete scoreboard, and we have played 13 and a half minutes on the Fresher Fruit Juice time clock here at the Gardens Oval, Port Ferry. I hope you're enjoying the live streaming. And it's great to be back seeing local footy in that.
it is, mate, it is. I'm very impressed with the Tigers, the way they move the ball, especially from that. They marked the kick in from the point. Guy got on with it, beautiful kick in, and the Seagulls were just a bit slow at getting back on their men. So, they're going to readjust a little bit, think a bit quicker.
They do. So a 12-point margin as we've hit 14 minutes on the Fresher time clock, and Malcolm got another tap down. He was looking for Jackson. Falcone to Jackson, and he finds Edwards, who's been busy. Out in front he goes. Good kick. In the end, he finds a teammate in Hampshire, the last goal kicker. He'll go short, and a good one there to a teammate. That was Kyle Richardson. Good defensive work there by Storge. Seeing it over the boundary line with Shane Savage. And we'll have a boundary thrown right on the 50-metre line. But I think these are the conditions that are going to be really beneficial to the Tigers as the season goes. It looks like they've got those running-type players. They like to play that fast brand of footy. And what we saw last week, weather-wise, probably is not the ones that they're conducive to. Jackson in it again, looking for Falcone. Good bit of meeting the body. Coming in hard there was Valori. And Sharp's there as well. Working hard there is Oscar Pollock, the son of Michael Pollock, I'm guessing. In there is Murray Stored. Ball really hot and unable to get it out, anyone. And I reckon we're either going to have a holding the ball here or a stoppage inside the forward
Let it
50
go,
of the
didn't you?
Tigers.
Isn't it good to see young Mickey Pollock's lad, Oscar? He's only a young kid.
Yeah.
And we know how good Michael Pollock was as a Hampden football netball and a Western Border star. Make no mistake about it. So the ball now, Portland picked up, gathered. Handball comes out. Sharp trying to run on it. Good to see him back out of the park. All wrapped up in a tackle. Could have been holding the football. And umpire Corey Marnie says, you are spot on, big fella. That is holding the agates. And the free kick will go to Andy McNeil. So the reigning J.A. Eastern medalist, he won back-to-back at Russell's Creek, plays on quickly to Savage. He kicks down long and strong, but a good mark.
Put that
mark
down.
that down as a Matco highlight of the day.
That's his second.
Big Benny Malcolm, he's looking for his teammate in Daniel Falcone, goes through his hands. Hampshire there, he gathers. Oh, handballs to a Port Fairy player there. I think you didn't realise who it was. Kick comes down now to Imby. A little bit of pressure there and the ball goes out of bounds and we're going to have a ball up. 16 minutes gone. It is a 12-point lead here to the Portland Tigers over Port Fairy, Alan Blackburn.
Yeah, really good movement. I'm very impressed with Portland, the way they move the ball and willing to play on real quick. Guys getting into space and, they're playing very well.
Let's go around the grounds, all thanks to McLaren Hunt Financial Group. Skeeter Cannon is covering the North Warrnambool v South Warrnambool contest. Skeeter, what's happening out of Bushfield, mate?
Yeah, mate. 15 minutes into the first quarter, it's South 1 behind, leading 4 with 2 behind.
There you go. So I think at 9 South Warrnambool, a couple of behinds to the North Warrnambool Eagles. Ricky Henderson making his debut for the South Warrnambool Roosters. And great to see Tyrone Vickery as well as the ball goes forward here in our Hammond League Live match of the day. Let's go out to Simon Perry and it's Deakin University. Before we do, might have been touched off the boot. We thought it was goal here, but no, he's touched off the boot.
Touched off the boot.
So it goes through for a minor score. Simon Perry, for the first time out at Royal Deakin, covering Warrnambool v Hamilton Kangaroos. Pez, what's it like out at Deakin Uni, mate?
Yeah, g'day Stu, g'day boys. Yeah, Roll Deacon's another name for it, but I think it's called the Pond, isn't it, out here? So, no, it's good day out here. The ground is actually in superb condition. It's actually looking beautiful. So, at the moment though, score-wise, we've got Warrnambool 2 straight goals to Hamilton 4 points. So Jason Rowan kicked the first goal here, first 2, I should say. So, yeah.
Good to see Rowie back amongst it. Frustrating day for him last week in those trying conditions. Let's go up to Liam Hoy, the skipper of the Koroit Saints, who's out injured with a little hamstring strain at the moment. Koroit taking on Terang Mortlake. Hoysey, welcome to Hammond League Live, buddy.
Hey boys, thanks for having us. Just ticked over 20 minutes and the Saints are 6-2-38 and Terang yet to feature. There's probably a 3-goal breeze with the Saints at the moment, but the boys are doing everything right, so it's making it quite tough, but it'll be interesting to see how the Bloods go with next quarter.
Well, there you go. A good start to the Koroit Saints. Even though they had a few injuries and stuff, they've just got plenty of depth, haven't they? They just get the job done. That is around the grounds, all thanks to McLaren Hunt Financial Group. And the Seagulls here, Trenty Hill, they are peppering.
They are 5 behind to 2-3-15. So Blackie, they've had their share of inside 50s in the last sort of 5 or 6 minutes, but just can't quite convert.
No, they can't hit a target. They haven't had a mark inside their forward 50. That's the difference between the two sides at the moment, mate.
I guess that's going to be, something we're not going to see a lot from the Seagulls. Obviously, going that smaller forward line, it's going to be those opportunistic goals at times. Proctor did really well to get the punch and gets the ball over the boundary line for a boundary throw-in. Possum, let's go down to you all thanks to Renfrew Keep. So we might have an R&K medical update.
Yeah, good on you, Hilly. Just went over. George McDonald has his left knee iced up, so I think his day's done. And I guess now it's just a case of how serious that injury is.
Yeah, no good for the youngster too. He's a good young kid, Georgie McDonald. And, fingers crossed it's not as bad as first thought. Here goes Savage for the Seagulls. He's dispossessed. Quick kick there by young Harrison Hampshire. Coming through. Great pickup that was by little Hamish Gleeson. He spots up a teammate there in James Duncan. So Duncan, 65 metres out, kick, looking for Savage. Now this is within range. If I was you, big fella, I would just go back and have a look at this. No, he's going to do it unselfishly. He tries to sell a bit of candy. Savage goes bang on the right boot. Going to fall short at the top of the goal square. Roving there is Denbow. And he gets the Portland defence out of trouble once again. But they are lifting a little bit here, Alan Blackburn, the Seagulls, and they need to. They trail by 10 points.
They are, same thing though, just got to hit that next kick, the next short kick into their forward line, hit someone inside 50 to give them an easy shot at goal. See that big pack flew, there was a young fella at the back trying to fly, there was a
Colin.
10 deep, he should have been at the front of the pack.
Absolutely. Ball thrown up. Ayres got a little toe poke and only as far as Falcone. Here's Proctor. Goes around the body and snaps it long, only as far as Harwood, who's been promising.
Been good.
Tackled.
Yeah, good play.
And it's fell in the hands of Martin. He'll go to McGuinness. Goes a high up and under. Who can take the mark? Conlon's there. Big fly, Himby. They just haven't got... And Conlon almost taken out of it, but here comes Jenner. Was really precise with a kick, and it's a good kick in the end, and he finds Kyle Richardson right on half back. Wants a bit of movement. Goes out. Good kick in the end. He finds Aaron Shepherd. We know he can run and carry. Goes around on the right boot. Half forward to destination. Kick has to be good for McIntyre. Coming through is Martin. Really asserting his authority. Dunlop got the handball out, but just a little bit too much mustard on it. Coming in there is Harold Pritchard. Inside 50 he goes. Good kick, and he finds his target of Aaron Shepherd. And he gets another chance to have a goal, shot at goal, Aaron Shepherd. And that was really smart movement, Blakey.
It was. It's a fifth mark inside 50. Seagulls 0. So that's the difference in the game. The way they were getting the ball into their forward line.
Are they doing a little bit of Pagans, Paddy? They seem to push up and then they're pushing back, aren't they?
They look fit, don't they, the Tigers? They look really fit.
Look sharp, don't
So
they?
Shepherd, 2-3-15 currently to 5 behind. He's already kicked it behind this afternoon. Shepherd, for his first of this season, comes in from 35 and he's gone.
Oh, gee whiz, what's that?
He's gone the opposite and he's gone out of bounds on the full on the outer side.
20 metres.
So
That's
not
a shank.
Not a great kick there by Aaron Shepherd.
We
and the
won't put that in
Seagulls.
the Matco High.
No, he might put it in the downlights.
That could be a tool of the week contender.
That's trying to take advantage of the win to the extreme.
Yeah.
Hey, well done to young Benedict Howard too, our tool of the week from last week. All thanks to Paddy Lane and the crew. Ran out of fuel, the young kid. Rookie mistake from Benedict, but he'll bounce back today for the Blues. Here you go, the Seagulls now. The defence has been under pressure here for the most of this quarter. Bartlett, he has to take on a few. Coming through there is young Pollock. He gets the handball out, wrapped up there. There's McGuinness and, umpire Corey Marnie says we're going to have a ball up. So nearly smack bang on the 50-metre line here. It's a mode 50-metre line here at the Gardens Oval, Port Fairy. I haven't seen that for years. They've done a great job, the curators. Bartlett wins this one down. Nice tap to McGuinness. Handball comes out. He's dispossessed. Richardson now. He's had plenty of it. Gets the handball there to a teammate Jackson. Kick's not good. Goes inboard. Oh, could have been a free kick. Umpire agreed.
Sharp.
And it's going to go to Tommy Sharp. So it's going to test him here. It's right outside the 50-metre arc. But it looks like that is the wind that, the end that the wind is favouring,
Yeah,
Blakey.
it is, mate. Just a bit reactive, aren't they, at the moment? Look at this, the short pass in, unattended again. That's
Bit loose, bit
That's
loose,
it, 6
aren't
mark
they?
inside 50. Bit reactive at the moment, aren't they, the Seagulls?
Yeah, they certainly are, and their defence has been under pressure. And, here's young Kyle Richardson, who's going to get another look at it. So he's got to set it out that right goal post and just let the wind bring it back.
He kicked 2 last week, Stewie, so he knows how to kick a goal.
He's in good nick. He's been in everything too today. So Richardson comes in. It's
That's
coming
better.
back beautifully
That's better.
well. He learned from his mistakes, the young kid. And that is the third of the afternoon. So Portland, they go to 3-3-21. They lead the Port Fairy Seagulls 5 behind, 5 points. And that is on the Shojan Rock Hard Concrete scoreboard. And what a great start to the Portland Tigers.
It is, mate. 13th inside 50. They've got 6 marks inside 50, 2 centre clearances to 1. And the Seagulls have had 11 inside 50s for their 5 behind. So, you know, they're using the ball a lot better, aren't they, at the moment?
They are. Pies, I want to go down to you. What would be a par score, do you think, for the Tigers? It just seems that that ends favourable with the win, but you sort of said it was behind us at the start of the broadcast.
Yeah, it's not a great advantage, Hilly, so I think that start's pretty good. You can certainly score at that end. We've seen that Port Fairy have been up there and scored 5 times. But as Blackie said, I think lowering the eyes a little bit, that just a little bit more care going into the forward line is what's letting Port down at the moment.
And Poss, young Conlon probably should be playing up the ground. I know he's probably told to play there, but twice in a row he's been at the back of the pack and the ball's come to front. He's only a little crummer, so that's where he probably should be.
Yeah, and I'm looking for a possible change to get a tall down there, Blackie, but they just haven't got one, have they? They're very, very short, Port.
They certainly are, and they're going to run it off half back. They go down the line, maybe a little bit too much on the kick out of bounds or touched on the line.
Pushing the back, pushing the back.
Free kick, yeah.
So free kick, and that goes to Swarbrick. Good kick in the end. He finds Lockie Gunning. Now, where's the target? It's going to be Gunning. Goes on the left boot. A daisy cutter kick. Collins the man. Running hard through there was Harrison Hampshire. Works it back, and the Tigers have been clean out of defence. Big fly from Falcone. Couldn't grab it. McInnes is there.
He's been good.
Has the little Dusty Mountain fend off and gets the ball moving forward. Oh, I tell you what, I love Jackson. I loved his game so far. Pushed off the ball there by BJ Dalton was Falcone. He's tackled in the end, and they go over the boundary line for a boundary throw. And so some good physicality about this contest as well, Blackie.
There is, mate. They're having a crack, and just the Seagulls are just going to improve their kicking going forward. They've had it in there enough, but just need to have a bit of luck with a few kicks going forward.
So Bartlett up against Malcolm again, wins it down. Malcolm coming through that time was a youngster for the Portland Tigers. All jumping and coming through with a bit of body work there was Bartlett. Dived on the football, it stacks on the mill. Umpire letting it go. He's going to pluck one out here. And the free kick is going to go to Daniel Jackson. Advantage played for Portland. Kick not that good. Goes over the back to Hampshire. And Joshy Dewey had a nice little bit of body work. And the ball goes out of bounds. And we are going to have a ball up. So it's a 3-3-21 Portland. Port Fairy 5 behinds 5 points. Can't be long to play in this first term. All thanks to McDonald's Central in Warrnambool. For all your McCafe needs, make sure you get in and see the friendly staff at Mickey D's. I know Blackie likes venturing down there on a Sunday morning with the great Butch McLean, and they walk a block and think they've walked a mile.
Just a shout out to Apples Thomas up front. He's 400 today. Get on your apples. Butch, he's kind of half brother, said the message. I want us to give it a shout.
Oh, I tell you what a great handball that was from Falcone. He almost found Tex Mitchell, and they're out here if they can get a clear disposal. 30 on the run.
Oh, good tackle.
Toe poke to the top of the square. And a nice mark there by Colin Harwood, and Matt go higher.
And I tell you what, Aaron Williams chased down there too, boys. That put a bit of pressure on.
So a couple of good ones there, but not a great kick in there by Harwood. Unlike Colin Harwood with that kicking, and we see a boundary throw in occurring on that half-forward line. So 26 minutes gone in this first term on the fresher time clock. It is the Portland Tigers 3-3-21 with a 16-point lead over the Seagulls, who are 5 behind. High up and under kick in the end there from Toby Jennings. Punched away, loose football. Dunlop trying to be creative. Coming through there is Harwood, who's been terrific for the Seagulls. McNeil got the handball out, and he finds Martin. Works to Swarbrick, who's got the relations to the great Possum Kelly on the boundary as well. The Swarbrick and the Kellys are related. Possum, and good to see him back in.
Yeah, indeed. Hilly, and good to see him play for Port Fairy. Of course, he won a Judd Cup with Koroit, then went away to Geelong for some time to do uni, and good to see him in the purple and gold.
So a kick there, marked by Stord, got it to Izzy Martin. He'll go by hand to a teammate, but only as far as his opposition. Jackson's got the ball again. He's had it on a string this first term. Not a great kick, smothered off the boot, chases it up, fell in the hands of Pritchard, but it dispossessed, and it goes to Duncan on the left for Conlon. Good punch away there by Connor Peters. Ball is loose, gathered. That was Jennings to the top of the square. Harwood on the siren, it rolls through for a. We're waiting for the umpire's decision here.
Oh, this is going to be good. I thought that was a free kick.
Push.
I thought it was a push.
It was a push.
Push on Harwood.
Should have been a push.
That's touched. And a minor score to win the quarter for the Tigers. They go to 3-4-22. Shoshin Concrete scoreboard. The Seagulls 5 behind, and that quarter went for 27:49 seconds. 27 minutes, 49 seconds.
Beautifully done. So it is a 16-point lead here to the Portland Tigers over the Port Fairy Seagulls in the first quarter here in our Hammer League Live match of the day. An entertaining first quarter, played in nice conditions, Blackie, and I just like the way that both sides are taking the contest on.
Yeah, the probably difference is the kick going forward, isn't it, mate? Portland's they've had 15 inside 50s. They've had 6 marks inside 50, where the Seagulls have had 12 entries without a mark. So just need to be a bit smarter going forward. But around the contest, Portland are playing really well and moving in their forward line. Jackson Dunlop's kick 1 for the Portland, Sam Hampshire 1 and Kyle Richardson 1. So 5 behinds to the Seagulls and 3-4-22 to the Portland Tigers, mate. A good start.
A great start, big fella, that is for sure. We're going to take a break. Now, on the other side of the break, we've got the Mickey Burks Koroit Hotel Quaddie competition. Of course, the great man Greg Kelson not with us today, but he has picked out the Quaddie comp. I want to know who won last year's Sydney Cup. Give us a call, 55627 945. and we will play the Mickey Burks Koroit Hotel Quaddie for you this afternoon. Who won last year's Sydney Cup? 55627945. Give us a buzz and you can play. Let's take a break on your home of football and netball 94.5 3YBFM. Quarter time here. It is a 17-point lead. Little change of the scoreboard there. So a 17-point lead to Portland over Port Fairy in our Hammer League Live match of the day. Philip Kelly, all thanks to Rent for Keeps on the boundary. You've got assistant coach in the Port Fairy Seagulls, Shane Trelfall.
Have indeed, Stewie. Shane had your opportunities that quarter, 5 behinds, but I guess just couldn't take a mark inside the forward 50 is probably the biggest problem there.
Yeah, we're really pleased with the effort and the intensity, and we've just got to maybe tidy up our disposal a bit so we make the most of those opportunities. I thought they hunted the ball really well. Portland had some passes to play just a bit cleaner with the footy, and I think that if we can just tidy up a bit of that area, then we should hopefully get right back in the game.
Good work. Thanks for your time, Shane.
Good on you, mate.
Beautifully done. Just a few light showers too. Bit of drizzle over here at the Gardens Oval, Port Fairy in our quaddie comp. All thanks to Mickey Burks Koroit Hotel. Alan Robb, he rang up. Eda James was the winner of last year's Sydney Cup. And there's the first goal of the game by BJ Dalton for the Port Fairy Seagulls in our Hammond League Live match of the day. Beautiful goal too, straight out of the middle. And that is how it's done, and that's exactly what Winnis Imby and the Seagulls needed to do, Trinity Hill.
Yeah, absolutely, Matty. And we'll put that down as a Lucas Brothers Butchers snag of the day. Terrific work there by Jake Bartlett to get that quick clearance outside of the centre square and just give BJ Dalton a bit of space to move. Let's go around the grounds, all thanks to the McLaren Hunt Financial Group. Let's go to Skeeter Cannon. North Warrnambool and South Warrnambool out of Bushfield. What's the latest, Skeet?
Yeah, quarter time and just about to start the second quarter. South Warrnambool 2-4-16 leading North Warrnambool 2 behind.
How's Big Tyrone gone, Skeet?
Yeah, he's got a few touches, Matty, going all right. He's in the ruck at the moment, but playing full forward. Ricky Henderson's been good for South. He's got a heap of them.
Beautiful work, Skeeter Cannon out at Bushfield. Let's go to Simon Perry out at the pond. Warrnambool taking on the Hamilton Kangaroos. And Pez, what's the latest in your encounter?
Yeah, we're just back in, just probably 2 minutes after quarter time, back out, and it's Warrnambool 2-1-13 to Hamilton, still 4 points. So not much has changed.
We'll just go and see what this inside 50 looks like for the Tigers. The Seagulls got plenty of numbers around. Valori tries to crash in. Out the back is Valori, tries to break through. Gang tackle, that's holding the ball or play on. Oh, it's a quick kick out of the pack, and is that a goal? Yep. That's a great goal there in the end by Aaron Shepherd. He struggled to kick it in front 25, 30 metres out, and he kicks one on the most obscure angles.
Lucas Brothers snagging the A contender, that one. That was from nowhere, Hilly.
4-4-28, the Portland Tigers. Port Fairy 1-5-11, a nice reply. 2 minutes gone on the fresher time clock. Let's continue our round the grounds, all thanks to McLaren Hunt Financial Group. Liam Hoy, Koroit taking on Terang Mortlake. Hoysey, what's the latest, champ?
Hey, boys, just ticked over quarter time. We're in the second quarter, 7-5-47 Koroit and Terang get the score, but kicking with a bit of a breeze this quarter, so I'll throw the flag up and we'll see how we go.
Great stuff. Liam Hoy there around the grounds, all thanks to McLaren Hunt Financial Group. We've had 2 goals in the space of 2 minutes to start this second term here in our Hammer League Live match of the day. Ball back in the middle of the ground. Martin's in there with Bartlett. Umpire says we're going to have it here and we're going to have a ball up. So 1-5-11 Port Fairy, Portland 4-4-28. Shojan Rockhard Concrete scoreboard. Bartlett this time, he's kneed in there by Malcolm. He just went early and it's copped him right on that little hip flexor. And Bartlett's going to get the result free kick. He is sore. I think Isaac Martin going to take the kick. He's going to take it. That works.
You take it, big fella.
Yeah,
if you want to get rid of it, handball.
Give it to him now. Oh, he's going to kick it out wide. Nice kick out there to McNeil, who's got a bit of space and time. Swings onto the left. He goes down. And a beautiful kick there and a nice mark by Darcy Smith. He goes inboard then to the youngster there in McGuinness, I think it is. Might be McGuinness. He kicks long and strong over the back. Portland got some numbers wrapped up in a bone-jarring tackle, and we are going to have a ball up about 15 metres out from the Seagulls attacking goal line. Possum Kelly, down to you, all thanks to Rent for Keeps. Much in this rain, Poss?
Nah, not much really, Stewie. Just a bit of fine drizzle, and it's finding up as we speak out to the southwest there. So, not too much in it.
We pulled one out here, boys.
Yeah, so a free kick to the Portland Tigers, it seems. And we're just trying to find out who it's going to. So the Tigers, anyway, they'll have the free kick. It may be Toby Jennings, and he'll get it out of defence. Kicks it out wide. Malcolm will be the target. Going over the boundary line with a fist with Shane Savage. And we'll have a boundary throw. And great to have Shane Savage in the comp. Blackie, have you seen his first quarter of football here at the Gardens?
Yeah, pretty good. You're getting he hasn't had a lot of room to move. I say they're onto him, and he's such a penetrating kick. So I think he's moved more up onto the ball, so that might be a better role for him.
Good kick he is, Shane Savage coming through. There was McNeil. He's tough. It's good to see him back in Hampton League football. Andy McNeil tackled to the ground, and we'll have another stoppage on that outer side half. In between sort of half forward and wing. 4-4-28 Portland. They're leading on the Shojin Concrete scoreboard. Port Fairy 1-5-11. Nice bit of work there in the end by Jennings, looking for Falcone. They got it moving about 10-15 metres, but couldn't keep it in. We'll have another
Good young
boundary
player,
throwing.
young Jennings, isn't he? Toby Jennings.
Very good.
He's a good size of a kid too, and he can cover the ground.
I'm pretty sure son of the great Mick Jennings,
Yeah.
who's a superstar for the Portland Tigers for a long period of time. Bartlett just edges Malcolm out underneath the football there. Handball comes out to McNeil. His kick smothered. Wrapped up in a tackle there. A good tackle was Georgie Swarbrick. And Corey Marnie says, give it to me, boys. Shout out to Mick Finnegan tuning in from Geraldton today. He had to cop a bit of bad weather last week, of course. The Cyclones and that in WA, which was no good. Here go Portland into attack once again. High up and under. Coming out to meet the football there and gets a resultant free kick for over the shoulder was Murray Storday. And Storday, new recruit for the Port Fairy Seagulls, going to get the free kick. Little chip kick over the top. Nice kick to Ayres.
He
Nice
moves all
lump
right.
of a kid. He moves good.
Ayres
Plays through the
moves good.
midfield.
Yep.
Ayres, what's he
Similar
going to do?
to James Imby, isn't he? Looks a bit similar.
Looks very similar. Here's McGuinness. He's been good. The ex-Krieger wants to play on. He's playing across half-back. Long kick. Coming out to meet the football there. Goes through the hands of Hampshire. Scrappy little bit of play here. Picked up and gathered there by James Duncan. He's wrapped up and umpire says, give it to me. We're going to have a ball up. Smack bang. True centre-half forward position.
17 minutes. 17 points, I should say. 6 minutes gone on the fresher time clock. Bartlett up and running. Got the tap down. Only as far as McGuinness. Slapped on the boot forward by Smith to a one-on-one Denbor up against against James Imby, the brother of Winnis, and we'll see a boundary throw in. I tell you what, James Imby, been a great footballer for a long time, Blackie. Won a Western Border medal, I'm led to believe, many years ago when he was playing with the Portland Tigers. So
Probably playing in a position that he's probably not used to. That key forward post kind of.
Well, he's probably that half-forward flanker, isn't he, or forward pocket rather being the key post. BJ Dalton in there for the Seagulls once again. They're just trying to weave their way through the Seagulls to try and get another score on the board. They trail by 17 points.
Been dangerous, BJ Dalton, hasn't he?
Yep, very good.
Dangerous around the play and stuff. Bartlett goes up against Malcolm again. They're going to do that all day. There's Falcone. Could have been taken on. Handball comes out. Intercepted by McNeil. Swings onto the left and mark it down. That is a Lucas Brothers Butchers goal of the day, or snag of the day contender, Andy McNeil, the Port Fairy Seagulls recruit. And I tell you what, they needed that. 2-5-17 Port Fairy. Portland 4-4-28. Shojin Rockhard Concrete scoreboard. And Alan Blackburn and Trent Hill, that was opportunistic.
Yeah, on his left foot too. They really needed that, as you said, Stewie. About 30 metres out, got the handball, run around on his left and screwed it back in. Good goal, Poss.
Was a good goal, Blackie, and I think that's the way they're going to have to get a lot of them, just sheer persistence down in that forward line, because they haven't got that big marking forward. So, but good game, boys, good game. And just quickly, early days down at Nurut just got a score, 1-1-7 apiece, Mirabel and Power in the big game down there.
Should be a cracker there this afternoon down at the Power Dome. Bartlett didn't go for that one. Malcolm didn't quite get the palm down he would have liked. And coming through there is Jennings once again. He's a busy player, and a little bit too high was the decision. And Jennings, a different sort of type to his brother. He probably not as tall as Harrison, but still a very good user of the football. Sharp takes the marker on the edge of the centre square. He's going to go inside forward 50. Malcolm's going to be the man in the mark. In contest, picks it up, roves, handballs, finds Shepherd, left foot snap towards goal, and just a fraction to the left of the big stick, and another minor score. So 4-6-30 the Portland Tigers. leading Port Fairy 2-5-17. That's on the Shojin Concrete scoreboard. 8.5 minutes gone on the Fresher Fruit Juice time clock.
Oh, Colin Harwood, another big long kick out of the defensive 50. Did he get touched by anyone? I'm not too sure,
No, it
but
doesn't matter. He ran out of
the square.
Oh, it doesn't matter now. Yes, good call, boys. Well done. Get up with the rules, Matt.
That's all right.
There's Jakey Bartlett. He's going to go up against Malcolm. These two are just going to go at it all day, boys.
It's a good contest.
It is a
isn't
good contest. Malcolm wins that one. Handball over the top. Coming through there for the Portland Tigers, and gathered is Georgie, not Georgie Swarbrick, I should say McIntyre. Kicks into the hot spot. Dwyer's there for the Port Fairy Seagulls. There goes Colin Harwood once again. He's been in everything. Quick handball intercepted round the body. The Seagulls got numbers back here. Goes through hands. Wrapped up in a tackle. Is it holding the football? Umpire says play on. They're going to get out of trouble through Jonathan Ayres.
Ayres gets it out of defence to a running Bartlett who takes a nice mark. Where will he go? He is a big boy. Good basketballer too with the Terang Tornadoes, and played a bit of domestic basketball against Big Jakely. Very, very good.
Good switch.
Good switch to Swarbrick. He can run and carry. Oh, the bounce he tried to take just went flat on the ground, and now he's under a little bit of pressure to get it forward. Darcy Smithy in target. Jenner on his tail. I should say, not Jenner, it was Kerr. And he sees it over the boundary line for a boundary throw. And the sun shines back out, possible thanks to Renfrew Keeps.
Yeah, nice, Hilly, and I think that's probably going to be the
norm.
The norm for the day. That's the word, Alan, because it's big, bright blue skies out the back now. But we'll probably get another little drizzle throughout the over, but nothing drastic.
So Malcolm, players down for the Seagulls. Malcolm just got it to Valori, and Valori will move it forward. Running hard back towards the football as Aaron Williams picks it up nicely, dispossessed, over the boundary line it goes, and we'll have a boundary throw, and that play down for the Eagles is back up and running, Blackie.
Just on young Swarbrick, he had a chance before he tried to bounce it. He could have hit the target across there without the bounce. So that's what he should have went for.
Yeah, just probably went that one step too much. But anyway, ball's on centre wing, 12 points to the margin. The Seagulls have kicked 2-1 in this second term. Good boundary throw in. Bartlett, Malcolm. Malcolm got the tap down. Running hard there was James Imby, who's come up the ground a little bit for the Seagulls. And who can extract? Falcone can. He's going to look for Sharp. Tries to push it forward in the path of his teammate. Hampshire's there for the Portland Tigers, as is McIntyre. Loose football, a hot football. Who can get it out? Tough in the clinches there with the Seagulls. Duncan got it to a teammate in Smith. Only as far as Kerr. Inside 50 to Mitchell on the lead. Mitchell has to play on. He was holding the ball this time around, so a multitude of errors there for the youngster. And a free kick will go to the Seagulls, favouring James Duncan.
Oh, Duncan, now here's little Pollock. He's dispossessed. Could have been without the football there. Oh, it's a scrappy little affair. Ayres goes and says, I'm going to sharpen this up. No, that was Imby that time. And he said, I've had enough of just kind of resting across half-forward. I need to get myself into this contest, and we are going to have a ball up. So a 12-point lead here to the Portland Tigers. Malcolm wins it down again. Big Bartlett goes in. McGuinness fends off one. Handball comes out to Smith. Smith gets the ball to Savage. This is what we like to see. Savage, a raking kick. Looking for little Jimmy Conlon. Getting back there with a flight of the football with Connor Peters.
Great tackle.
Great tackle by Conlon. Mark that one down as a Matco Hire highlight of the day. What's the umpire going to do? He's going to let it play on. Conlon steps out, snaps around the body, and goes through for no score. And it's a foot race there. Hampshire as well, leading the charge at Stacks on the Mill. And, hang on, he's plucked one out. Yeah. And that is red hot. He doesn't mind plucking out the old holding the football decisions. Is the new umpire from up north. And, the free kick goes to Portland, and it's going to go to Joshy Jenner, who switches the play, and the Portland Tigers are away.
They are, but only as far as the Seagulls' opponent. High up and under, kick inside, forward 50. Big fly, big punch from Harry Hampshire. McIntyre finds Falcone and gets the ball moving. So who's his target? It's going to be the youngster in Harold Pritchard. Nice bit of work there. That was clean by Dunlop. Pritchard taking off the footy. Umpire suggested not. Pressure there. Well done, Pritchard. Tries to keep it moving, but sees it over the boundary line for a boundary throw. And I don't want to dwell, but Conlon very stiff not to get hold of the ball.
Yep.
probably an opportunity there for the defender of the Portland Tigers.
Just again, the kick could have been a little bit to the left, would have put it in Conlon's favour, wouldn't it, where the other Portland bloke got over and
12 points the margin, good body work, but pushed out was the order of the call. Jackson gets the advantage. Inside 50, spearing past Shepherd. He gathers, he doesn't. Nice bit of work in the end, and that's good to the man. That's not one of his best Corey Marnies, and a free kick's going to go to Aaron Shepherd, 40 metres out.
At least
Nothing
they
in
can
that one,
watch the replay
unfortunately.
and have a look at some
it's
of these.
called body work, son, body work.
Anyway, we don't want to be going too hard on the umpires because we are.
It's your like Trent when you get going on them. So
You start, Alan. So Shepherd, he's kicked 1 goal, 1 this afternoon. Set shots haven't been his forte, but let's see what he can do third time around from 40 metres out. Shepherd. It's a helicopter. It's going to land on the hands of Shepherd, Sharp almost, and they're going to run it out here, the defenders of the Seagulls. Good kick. Spots up Duncan right on true half-back.
Getting himself into the contest, too. Duncan, so's McNeil, handball over the top. That's on. Got a teammate in McGuinness. Can he gather? He likes to don't argue. Don't worry about that. Just McGuinness. Handball goes back to Duncan. Duncan gets it onto a teammate in Stort. Oh, they're just messing around with it. Just get on the boot, boys. They got numbers up here. Here goes little Joshy Gunning coming through. He can't gather. Savage is dispossessed. The Tigers coming through nice and hard there. Oh, it's scrappy bit of football, but it's pressure football down here, boys. Oh, beautifully done that time by Toby Jennings. Spots up a teammate, and that is young Den Bauer from 45 metres out. He misses everything, and it goes through for a minor score. No, it doesn't. It goes out of bounds, but I tell you what, Possum Kelly down there on the boundary, all thanks to Red for keeps. That was ferocious football.
Well, you got to love the desperation of both sides, Matty. They're really getting in and having a crack. It's really, really good. And, I keep saying that the game's sort of on a knife's edge at the moment, but I just get a feeling at some stage one team's going to break it open.
So leading the charge there is Texie Mitchell. He's clever around goals and too high. So Mitchell will get the free kick right on the boundary line. 4-5-29 Portland. Port Fairy 2-5-17. 15 minutes gone.
Oh, he's a left footer, this kid.
Yeah,
too.
well, he was the one I reckon that went inside 50 just before, Matty, with that left foot. So Jared Holt at the start of the program, even on the online program, said this kid's got some specialness about him. He goes with the left foot, snap, but just too narrow. And a minor score. So 4-6-30 Portland Tigers, 2-5-17 Port Fairy, 13 points the margin. 16 minutes gone. Alan Blackburn on Ham to League Live.
Yeah, pretty even with the stats this quarter, mate. Seagulls have kicked 1 goal to Portland, 1-2. Inside 50s, 5 to Port Fairy and 6 to Portland. So still not a mark inside 50 for the Seagulls, Matty.
No, and that's they just haven't got a lot of height down there, Blackie, for mine.
No.
But they're going to have to just make do because there's not a lot. Matty Sully obviously missing. So he'll come back into that side. And also Sadie Robinson. Here they go again. Texie Mitchell from 55 goes through for a minor score. So they are peppering here, the Portland Tigers. So 4-8-32. They lead the Seagulls 2-5-17. That's on the Shojan Rock Hard Concrete scoreboard.
Very quick, our man on the scoreboard. He's already put that point up, so it's 4-7.
Wow,
he's very
lightning
quick. Brett Murray, he's very quick.
Murray's an unbelievable. Bathed in sunshine here. Colin Harwood once again. He spots up McNeil, plays on that customary left foot. Had no one to really kick to down there, so it was a scrubber. Gunning, can he gather? Stacks on the mill right in front of the Shojan Rock Hard Concrete scoreboard.
That's his go-to decision.
It's his go-to decision, all right. And he was probably spot on that time.
Yeah, no, good one.
And the result free kick will go to the Portland Tigers into attack once again. Big fly over the top by Shepherd. He's been dangerous. Ball goes out of bounds and we are going to have a ball up. So 7.5 minutes gone. It's a 14-point lead to the Portland Tigers here. And that is on the Fresh Up Fruit Juice time clock, Trenny Hill.
I tell you what, Blackie, Shepherd's look dangerous, I reckon, up forward. If he can just get that set shot right, it's going to go a long way with his football. But I'll tell you what, been presenting really nicely.
Yeah, he's a good young kid, isn't he? Like he moves well, puts his dukes up, but just not grabbing them.
So here they go, Jennings in the clinches. Looking for Pritchard. Coming out there is Harold Pritchard this time around. It was Hampshire that was in there before. Falcone, as you know, will always fight to the end to get the football. Here comes Texie Mitchell with a big dash out in front. BJ Dalton couldn't take the mark. Peters in there as well as Jenner. Gets around to Texie Mitchell. I love this boy. I want to see more of him. As far as Duncan, Shepherd provided.
Ugle Hagen's about him, man.
Yeah, he's good. Jonathan Ayres on centre wing. He'll go the switch kick across the face, and he's got McNeil, who's all by himself. He'll go on that customary left boot, and a free kick down the ground. Yep.
Too high over the shoulder.
Free kick down the
Sloppy.
ground, and it's going to go to James Imby. And Imby can have his first shot of the afternoon and try to quell that margin back to 8 points. He goes short, finds Savage, and Savage will have a set shot. We know the distance is not going to be an issue with this former AFL player. It's just a matter of accuracy.
He'll kick this, boys.
First mark inside forward 50, all thanks to Synod Account Stats. So Savage, these are the players you come to see. The former AFL players. He played 165 games across St Kilda and Hawthorn.
Cool.
A big, long run-up for a 35-metre kick, but I'll tell you what, he's a beautiful user of the football. So let's see if he can kick a goal for the Seagulls.
50. Is it a free kick?
I'm not sure. It's a free kick in the goal square, I think.
Yeah, free kick here, so we're not going to see Savage take the free kick.
Is he going to run it down and try and...
I don't know if it's 50 or whether it's going to be a free kick in the goal square. Either way, it's going to be a goal to put.
So Savage kicks his first goal of handling footy in his stellar two-game career thus far. And the margin's back to 8 points, 3-5-23. The Port Fairy Seagulls trailing the Portland Tigers 4-7-31. 20 minutes gone on the fresher time clock. Possum Kelly, all thanks to Rent for Keeps.
Yeah, well, I think the entry in there was much better that time, Hilly. They got the ball into a little bit of space, albeit through a free kick, but then Savage was able to push down because they played that press and the short kick was on. So that's what they have to do, Alan, isn't it? I mean, they can't bomb it into that forward line because they just haven't got the tools down there to take the big mark. Obviously, obviously Sandy Robinson is the ideal player to have in that goal square, and you get Sully at the centre-half, back centre-half forward's going to change that. Yeah. But just at the moment, they need to be a little bit more careful going forward.
Here they go, Portland Tigers now straight out of the middle. Beautiful kick to Carl Richardson. Richardson's about 65 metres out. Little chip kick over the top, looking for Hampshire. Good fist away that time by Stored for the Port Fairy Seagulls. Coming out to meet the football now is Ayres, and he's happy to see the ball across the line. I reckon Jared Holt would have been disappointed because it was a little bit of undisciplined play that got that free kick. Not once, but twice for Portland because they were pressuring, weren't they, Blackie?
They were, mate, and Shane Savage was their first mark inside 50, so you don't have to be told to take marks inside 50. You just got to run around a bit, get in the right spot and hit them up.
We're going to go around the grounds, all thanks to McLaren Hunt Financial Group. Skeeter Cannon, it is the North Warrnambool Eagles take on the South Warrnambool Roosters. What's happening out there, Skeet?
Yeah, mate, the former Hawthorn superstar, Tyrone Vickery, has just slotted a couple of goals to bring a bit of life back into this game. So it's South Warrnambool 4-8-32, leading North Warrnambool 3-2-20.
Oh, good game back out there at Bushfield, and the big man, big Tyrone Vickery, has kicked a couple for the North Warrnambool Eagles, and Ricky Henderson has it on a string, they tell me. Simon Perry out at the pond. It is Warrnambool take on the Hamilton Kangaroos. Pez, what's the latest out there, buddy?
Yeah, g'day, boys. Yeah, the sun is shining out here at the pond. It is Warrnambool 4-2-26 to Hamilton 2-4-16.
Sounds like a good game of footy out there. Liam Hoy, the skipper of the Saints, Karoy taking on Terang Mortlake. Much happening out there, Hoysey?
8-9-57 Karoit to 1 point Terang. No injuries, nothing too much to report. So, yeah, everyone's getting through safe at the moment. Good.
Oh, beautifully done. Back here, I'll tell you what, the Tigers are going to get another goal. And big Texie Mitchell, that was as easy as poor old Colin Harwood. It was 1-on-3. They had numbers everywhere, the Portland Tigers. And this kid's lifted a notch. Tex Mitchell, he's been in everything the last 10 minutes here in our Hammer League Live Match of the Day and gets his first goal of the afternoon, Alan Blackburn.
Yeah, good bit of movement. I don't know, poor old Colin Harwood had about 2 or 3 on him, Matty, and they just got it over the top. And a goal that probably Portland deserved. They had a fair bit of the play, so yeah, unfortunate the Seagulls just kicked one and then they answered back, Poss.
Yeah, well, that's been the story of the day, isn't it, Blackie? Port haven't been able to put 2 goals together back-to-back, whereas Portland always find that way to answer. So they're just keeping their nose in front and doing enough to be able to do that.
So a 14-point margin, 22 minutes gone in this second term, and at the halftime break, all thanks to Kerman's Hamburgers, we'll have the Blackies bake at the break. And Blackies, who's a special guest this afternoon?
We have dual premiership player at Cobden and a 3-time premiership player at Karoit, Andrew Foster, who's actually coaching under-18s at the moment. He's up in Warragul. His lads playing the under-14 state champs at the moment. So Andrew Foster, the special guest.
Beautiful work, Blackie.
All thanks to Kerman's Hamburgers.
Absolutely, mate. Been terrific. It was 20 years of my life half at Kermit's Hamburgers. I worked there for
20 years?
Yep.
Bloody hell.
Jeez, you're getting on, champ.
Kick inside 50 and a nice mark taken there by Shane Savage. I worked there at high school, but also too during uni days and so forth as well. So a nice kick there, Duncan. I reckon he's been promising. He's been a real good shining light, Blakey, for the Port Fairy Seagulls. Young Duncan.
Good kid.
Unsure where to go. He's going to zig and zag in through Pritchard, and he'll just go down the line. But guess who's going to be there? Ben Malcolm, who's looked terrific in the ruck for the Portland Tigers.
Been good.
Goes to centre half forward. Good kick. Finds Dunlop. 50 from home. Dunlop will kick to the top of the square, and the Texan Mitchell takes a mark right at the top of the square, and he'll kick 2 in about 3 minutes. Young Tex Mitchell
Oh, he's been good, hasn't he?
turns around and just pops it straight over the head of the goal umpire. 2 in a row, the Tigers. And they go to 6-7-43 on the Shojin Concrete scoreboard. 3-5-23 Port Fairy. The margin out to 20 points. Blakey, 24 minutes gone.
Both goals he's kind of got out the back, hadn't he?
Oh, no,
He's been good. Reads it well.
He's
Reads it
got
real
some
well.
tricks.
Good runner.
No, and there's a good play there by the lad who marked it in the middle and centre half forward comes
Dunlop.
into him. Dunlop, he's been good too. So they've got some really good kids. But Jennings is the one for me in the middle. He's been really good.
He's been fantastic. You're absolutely spot on. But gee whiz, I like the way this kid Mitchell goes about it. He's just looked dangerous whenever he's got his hands on the football. So it's out to a 20-point lead now. Portland over the Port Fairy Seagulls. Ball back in the middle of the ground. Falcone trying to gather. Stacks on the mill once again. Coming through there is Daniel Jackson. He gets the handball back over the top to Falcone. Falcone now palms the Tigers into attack. Once again, a beautiful mark by Dunlop.
Beautiful.
And little weary Dunlop has taken an absolute beauty, 45 metres out. I reckon he's got the leg here. He's a nice kick of the football, the young kid. He's going to kick just inside the 50-metre arc. Comes in, runs around. Umpire says play on. Kicks on its way. Is it got the accuracy? No, it hasn't, and it goes through for a minor score. So Portland go to 6-8-44. They lead Port Fairy 3-5-23. That's on the Shojin Rock Hard Concrete scoreboard. Not long to go here before half-time. Trenny Hill.
3 goals apiece in this second term for both sides. Kick-in duties goes to Harwood. Back pocket. 21 points the margin in favour of the Tigers. They've looked strong. Pritchard, who's been promising, couldn't quite grasp that mark. Loose football. And we'll have a boundary throw in over that outer side half foot between half foot flank and the wing. Possum, let's go down to you all thanks to Renford Keeps.
Yeah, a couple of handy goals back-to-back there, Hilly, obviously, by Portland, because the Port Fairy boys were gaining a little momentum. But look, just quickly back on the hamburgers. Now, there's a lot spoken about the magic meat in Kerman's Hamburgers, Hilly, but I want to know about the sauce. What makes it different than the sauce you get off the shelf at Woolies? There's just something about that tomato
It's
sauce.
just bottled sauce, Poss. That's all it is.
There's something different about it.
Unless they get the manufacturer to do something a little bit different, I don't know.
It
But she's
just
just bottled
complicates
sauce.
that. Just complicates that hamburger magnificently.
I think it's the grill. I think the grill. They don't clean it very often. I think. No, that's. I think that's.
Yeah, I
what
know.
they
It
do.
loses the flavour in there, Matthew.
does, it
I do the
does.
same with me barbecue.
Cleaned it for 10 years.
Free kick over the shoulder of Jackson. It's a great hamburger. I've had many of those over the journey, and they are terrific. Ryrie Street and Geelong and Lava Street, Warrnambool. Jackson inside 50. Mitchell the man. No, stored intercepts.
They
And
can't afford a goal here, Port Fairy. They need to keep them out here, don't they, before half time?
not a great kick. I was going to praise him up as well. Harwood's in there. He's been a real big hand in that defence, and Stewart sees it over the boundary line for a boundary throw-in. Sun is out. Gardens Oval, Port Fairy, Handle League live match of the day. Hopefully you're either listening it on the airwaves or you're following it on the live stream on the 3YBFM Facebook page. It's a 21-point margin in favour of the Tigers as we're nearing half-time.
And this quarter, all thanks to Badeness Rule, Roger Bade and the team. It's a Badeness Rule. Here go the Seagulls now. Can they conjure up something before half-time? Good fist away that time by young Darcy Smith, but it's all Portland at the back of the pack. Beautiful kick that Daniel Jackson plays on quickly. Kicks into space at Dunlop. He's been dangerous. Here comes Josh Dewey. Now, they've taken him out of the contest in the second term. It's only going to go as far as Hampshire. He gets a handball on that time to Pritchard. Pritchard goes inboard looking for a teammate, taking a nice grab. Another kid that's looked dangerous is Aaron Shepherd. And Shepherd's going to go back and have another shot. I don't think goal kicking's been his forte this afternoon, but he's had plenty of opportunities.
He has, mate. He has.
Shepherd going inboard, his side decides against it. Not a good kick to Falcone. Goes and gets it again. Seagulls getting numbers here. Isaac Martin. Handball goes out, but it's cut off by Harrison Hampshire. There's Shepherd once again, swings around the body, and it goes through for a minor score. So they are peppering at the moment. 6-9-45 Portland. The Seagulls 3-5-23. 28 and a half minutes gone on the fresher time clock.
Harwood just a bit of a loose football kicked, and he had to pick it up and just get it out of that defensive 50. Worked there by Denboy, gets it to Savage. Can they manufacture something here through Pollock? Goes inside forward 50 and finds Imby. Is it within his range? It's about 35 metres out, 45-degree angle. I'll tell you what, on the cusp of half-time, this would be a really much-needed goal for the Seagulls to trim it back to 16 points.
Keeps him in the contest, doesn't it?
Imby kicked 3 goals last week against the Hamilton Kangaroos. He's a noted goal kicker, was as when he was in the midfield. From 35 metres out, Imby comes in, not going to make the distance. Numbers favouring there, the Tigers. Savage reads it well, turns around, got the handball out to Pollock. A great goal there by Oscar Pollock, right on the siren.
Oh, did they need that?
A Lucas Brothers Butchers snag of the day contender, and I'll tell you what, that cuts the margin back to 16 points. 6-9-45, the Portland Tigers at half-time. Lead Port Fairy 4-5-29. What a great goal there by Oscar Pollock just to end the half.
Good play by Savage too, just kind of controlled the football. Quick little handball out, and the youngster didn't let him down on his preferred left foot, Blackie.
Yep.
Son of a legend or son of a gun in Michael Pollock, and that was big. I thought for a minute the umpire wasn't going to signal the all clear. I thought this would be devastating. Right,
Clearly kicked it before the siren.
Cracking
Good finish there, Poss.
So the
It was a good
first half.
finish, Al, and you so many times you see that in a game of footy where a team kicks a goal on the siren like that and they walk off with a little bit of momentum, so they're up and about now, Port, whereas, you know, probably another goal towards the end of that quarter from Portland may have seen them drop their heads a bit, but we're in for a really, really exciting second half. It's been a really good game of footy.
Spot on, Poss. It has. It's been an absolute cracking game of football in our Hammond League Live match of the day. We hope you're enjoying the live streaming, all thanks to Fitz Media. It is wonderful to see. At half-time here, it is Portland 6-9-45, Port Fairy 4-5-29. And on the other side of the break, we've got Blackie's Bake at the Break, all thanks to Kermont's Hamburgers. And former Croydon Cobden footballer, Andrew Foster.
FM.
Welcome back to Hammond League Live, and third quarter action has just got underway. We've played about 30 seconds in this second term between the Port Fairy Seagulls and the Portland Tigers. It's a 16-point lead here, and the Quaddy Cob, all thanks to Mickey Burke's Croyd Hotel coming up. We're playing for Alan Robb this afternoon, so good luck to Al. First league not too far away, Trinity Hill.
Yeah, well, we're underway, and a nice mark taken in there by Darcy Smith inside the centre square, but a lacklustre kick, but it finds a teammate in Pollock on that left boot inside 50 to Bartlett on the lead, just a little bit wide. And running to see the ball, hopefully over the boundary line, is Hampshire, but all wrapped up there by Bartlett, maybe dispossessed. And through Edwards, they try to get it out. Jenner is in there as well. And we'll have a boundary throw-in or a throw-up about 15-20 metres around from the goal of the Port Fairy Seagulls.
Just spoke to Matty Sully and Shane Trelford down there at half-time, boys. They just, I think they've thrown Bartlett down forward. They just realised that they've just got no height down that forward 50. So they're going to try and throw things around a little bit. Possum and also Blackie in this third term, try and get a bit of size down there.
Yeah, that's what they've lacked. Probably that hit-up kick too going forward as well, but just like the contest going forward, haven't they, really?
So who do they throw in the ruck?
Actually, don't know who's going to be in the ruck, but Bartlett's got the resultant free kick here against Malcolm, so we'll keep an eye on that. And this is an important kick in the context of this game too. They trail by 16 points, so Bartlett on a pretty tight angle right in front of the bar here. Mick Finnegan's bar at Port Fairy. Tuning in from Geraldton this afternoon, so in he comes Bartlett. I tell you what, he struck it well, and he likes it. Oh, didn't quite get the distance. Good fist away on the last line of defence, Hilly.
Yeah, good kick out there, and Sharp leading the chase up against Hamish Gleeson. Can he trap the footy? Yes, he can. He got the handball over, looking for Duncan, but I got that little deflection off his Portland opponent, and we'll have a boundary throw in. So 16 points the margin.
Is Savage playing in the ruck?
Savage is definitely on the ball, Stewie, and I think he is doing a little bit of ruck work, but he didn't take that first centre back.
Well, he might be, who's 25, boys?
25.
Yeah, McGuinness.
So McGuinness. So, yeah, interesting ploy here by the Seagulls, but I guess they've just got to throw up and be a little bit inventive. Free kick, play on. McNeil got the handball out. They're going to call it back. There was no advantage, but they don't. McNeil gets it out the left boot inside 50. Imby the man they want. Conlon tries to manufacture something, tries to poke it to the side for a running Imby. Unable to do so. Boundary throw in. So 16 points the margin. 3.5 minutes gone on the fresher time clock. Alan Blackburn.
Yeah, putting him down there, he's just got to make a contest. He's going to take the ruck work and the forward line as he's done now, so as long as they make a contest down there.
I think that's the key to it. Here we go. So a quick kick comes out. Nice mark taken by Duncan. He's told to play on. Isaac Martin now squares it up. Big pack. And taking a nice mark over the top of the pack was Joshy Edwards for the Portland Tigers. Edwards, kick's got to be good, but it's not. And cut off that time by Darcy Smith. So Smith's going to go back, and he's going to have a shot from about 45 metres out on a side angle. What do you reckon, Blackies? You got the leg here?
Oh, how far? About 4. He's gone for a short one, mate. Oh,
short kick looking for
good.
Conlon. Intercepted there. There's little...
Valori.
Valori for the Portland Tigers. Quick kick comes into Pollock. Now, this kid's been dangerous. Got a good head on him. He's good size for a young kid too.
I reckon he's cribbed about 5 metres on the mark there and from where he's marked it. So it's going to be pretty tough from there.
Left footer like the old man too, Matty.
Oh, yeah. He moves good too. Only a young kid. As I said, got a bit of size about him too. So Oscar Pollock comes in, gets really close to the man on the mark, swings it around on that left boot. Big pack of players go up at the top of the goal square, and Imby is happy enough to see the ball go out of bounds, and we're going to have a ball up.
Hey, Poss, I don't know whether I'm just seeing things, but I reckon there's been a couple of times where there's been a handball or a kick misdirected to the opponent. Is that due to maybe just a bit of a clash of colours to a certain degree?
No, I don't think so, Hilly. I think it's just the pressure around the ball. It's been a very contested game, and I think it's very, very hard to get clean possession, as you can see here, although Porter got an opportunity.
Ayres kicks to the top of the square. Well, that was the direction he was hoping to go, Blackie, but it slewed off the side of the boot and a free kick, so they'll get it out of defence once again. The Portland Tigers. Tex Mitchell gathers and just gets some good distance on the kick, gets 20 or 30 metres a little bit down the wing, and we'll have a boundary throw in. So on the attacking side of centre wing for the Portland Tigers, out of side, they get the stoppage.
Great break of the break too, Blackie. Magnificent chat with Andrew Foster, mate. 5-time Hammonley Premiership player at a couple of clubs.
Yeah.
And they've done a great job, mate.
Putting a bit back into
himself.
it, coaching under 18s now, Stewie, so putting a bit back into the game, and yeah, good man, Fozzie.
Great man, Malcolm. He's been tireless in the ruck for the Portland Tigers. There's Isaac Martin just trying to urge the football forward. Schwarbrick, he's in there as well. Cutting it off that time is Valori. He's wrapped up, and Corey Marnie says you're spot on, big unit. And the free kick will go to Georgie Schwarbrick. It's definitely filled out a bit, Schwarbrick. Kick goes off the side of the boot, not his best, and goes out of bounds on the full. So no change here. 16-point lead to the Portland Tigers, and to be honest, a scrappy start to this third term.
Yeah, not like the second term, Blackie, where we had 2 goals in a matter of about 3 or 4 minutes from the Seagulls.
One inside 50 each, and for a goal each at the start of the second term. So very scrappy, but yeah, look, they've tried to change things up a bit. They've got a new ruckman. Savage is on the ball, so he'll add a bit around the contest.
Malcolm McGuinness, a big mismatch of the ruckman. Front position, McGuinness sort of used his body well. Gathered there by the Tigers, inside forward 50, and Dunlop reaches but couldn't quite take the mark. And a free kick, a push.
Gee whiz.
A little bit, ticky touchwood for me.
That was Jennings who kicked it in again, mate. He's having a great
He's been
game.
enormous.
Been super. And I'll tell you what, I like the way this young fellow, Joshy Dunlop, moves as well. He's already kicked a goal this afternoon. Looks a lively type, very wiry. And he'll kick from 40 metres out on a slightish angle.
Jackson.
So Dunlop comes in. It's working its way around, but a little bit too much to the left and a minus score. So 6-10-46, the Tigers leading Port Fairy 4-5-29. That's a 17-point margin. Let's go to Possum on the boundary, all thanks to Rent for Keeps.
Yeah, just a little rookie mistake there by young McInnes in the ruck there. Hilly was on the attacking side rather than defensive side of that boundary throw-in, which sort of opened up the space to the right hand of Malcolm there.
Big kick once again by Colin Harwood. Fist over the top. Big Benny Malcolm. He's doing the roving work there. Dispossessed. And the ball goes out of bounds for another boundary throw-in. So 4-5-29 Port Fairy. Portland 6-10-46. Shojan Rockard Concrete. Hang on, they've plucked one out here. If they called ball up, then they said no, out of bounds in the full.
No, he thought he had a free kick for a throw.
It might have been over the boundary line when it occurred.
Yeah.
Anyway, a ball up on centre wing, far out of side. Malcolm is just out muscling there. Ayres is wrapped up in a tackle, going nowhere. And we are going to have another ball up. So we've played 8.5 minutes, 1 point scored in this third term. All thanks to Sungold FM flavoured milk. Billy Slater and the team, Richie Wallace. Get your FM flavoured milk at all participating milk bars, service stations. Magnificent. Here goes McNeil on that left foot. One-on-one now. Bartlett gathers. Looking for options. Swings onto the right boot. Bouncing football. What's he done? Just pushed it too far across the face.
He read it well.
He did read it well. And presenting down there, which is important. Goes through for a minor score. They trail by 16 points, Hilly.
Yeah, Edwards with the kick in. Big fly. Malcolm couldn't take the mark. Well read by McGuinness. Got the handball out. Finds Ayres. Spearing pass. Colin! Oh, that's 50 as well. That has to be 50.
And that was a bit silly by...
Absolutely ridiculous play.
Don't give it away. Don't give it away now, boys.
Yeah, the
You got a
boys
shot
just
at
take the
goal.
50 up
Colin.
by Corey Marty. Look at him.
Yes.
Corey's in there.
Colin's just gone and a kick and goal. So
That's good thinking by young Conlon there to play on and kick the goal. With all this going on, it could easily be in reverse, boys. So well done by Conlon there.
Good thinking.
Boys, just take the goal, get back into your position, and you're back in the contest. It's as simple as that. Umpire's getting a bit of control here. The goal did go through. Young Conlon gets it. It was a lacklustre effort there by the Portland Tigers. And Jared Holt will be pulling his hair out downstairs. A couple of undisciplined acts have cost him today. And Port Fairy go to 5-6-36. 6-10-46 Portland on the Shojan Rockard Concrete scoreboard, and it is game on here in our Hammer League Live match of the day. Let's go around the grounds. All thanks to McLaren Hunt Financial Group. Skeeter Cannon, North Warrnambool v South. What's happening out there, Skeet?
Left to record this message.
I don't know what's happening out there, but we're recording a message with a great man.
Skitter Cannon.
I think it's his shout.
Let's go to Pezza out at Warrnambool v Hamilton Kangaroos. What's happening out there, Pez?
Yeah, we're well into the third quarter here. The rain's just started coming in here, actually, Stewie. It's Warrnambool 6-3-39 to Hamilton 5-5-35.
Good game of footy out there at the pond. And let's go to Liam Hoy, Karoit v Terang Mortlake. Hoysey, what's happening out there, buddy?
Hey, boys, 14-11-95 Karoit, Terang 1-1-7, 12 minutes into the third quarter. Kids are all playing well, and Sammy Dobson's making an excellent forward.
Oh, Sammy Dobson, he's an absolute superstar. Let's go and see if we can catch up with Skeeter Cannon now, North v South Warrnambool. We might go back to the action. McNeil and the Port Fairy Seagulls, they are building here, aren't they, Hilly?
Yeah, they are, and the pressure there by the Tigers is pretty good. Jenner, he gets it to Falcone, and what will they do now? They kick out in front of Richardson. Can he run onto it and bounce? It does. 50 from home, kicks to the top of the square. Richardson! No, not quite. It's in a minor score. That would have been pretty special. 6-11-47, the Tigers. Port Fairy 5-6-36, 11 minutes gone. That's on the fresher time clock. And Blackie, I mentioned just a bit with the Port Fairy Seagulls for mine in this first sort of 10, 11 minutes.
Yeah. Just need to get some. They've kicked one goal, so they need to put some more scoreboard pressure on them as well. But nice and clean into their forward line for Portland. If they get a clean entry, and the Seagulls have got to struggle and scramble for theirs.
So 5-6 to 6-11 in favour of the Tigers. One goal to the Seagulls to kick-start this third term. Malcolm got the touchdown. I'll tell you what, McGuinness trying very hard. Savage gathers. Handball finds McNeil. And a free kick's been awarded to the Port Fairy Seagulls for a little high contact on Shane Savage, the gun recruit. So Savage, short by foot to McGuinness. I'll tell you what, I've loved this game, McGuinness. Matthews Petroleum contender for sure. Inside 50 to Bartlett. At the back is Imby up against Denbourne. Denbourne does well, keeps his feet and can pose. And can he get it out of defence? He can. Good kick finds Harry Hampshire. deep in defence.
Oh, he's been good, young Hampshire, too. I like the brothers today. Goes over the top of Valori. Probably could have gone with the two hands there. There's McNeil. Oh, could have been high in the football. Ayres, quick kick out of the pack to no one in particular. Coming out, though, grabs and gathers it with the one hand. He's Hampshire. Bit of 1-2 there. Has it gone out of bounds? Yes, it has. And the Port Fairy faithful downstairs not happy with the young boundary umpire's decision there. 11-point lead here to Portland. The Seagulls back in this contest. Possum Kelly.
Yeah, and I'm not quite sure that one cleared the line, Stewie, but regardless, it's a throw in. But yeah, look, Port's aggression at the footy's much better, and also aggression at the band, so they're well and truly back in it.
So we've got a ball up. Malcolm goes through. He might have copped a little falcon. Here it goes. Handball over the top to McNeil. Happy to see the ball out right in front of the bench there, and Coach Jared Holt. And we are going to have another boundary throw in. Important next 10 minutes in this contest. We've played 13.5 minutes in the third term. Hampden League Live match of the day. This third quarter, all thanks to SunGold FM flavoured milk.
Yeah, Malcolm front position, got the little knee to Ayres, who got it to Jennings to Jenner. Jenner now can steady with the right foot. Out in front of Jackson. Dunlop is the target on his tail. There is Swarbrick. Good tackle by Swarbrick. Holds up the play on that half-forward line for the Tigers.
Great tackle.
And we'll have a stoppage. Let's go around the grounds, all thanks to the McLaren Hunt Financial Group. Skeeter Cannon out at North Warrnambool. North Warrnambool taking on South. What's the latest, Skeet?
South Warrnambool leading 6-48 for 5-3.
Still a good contest out there, and a nice mark taken for the Tigers in that side, that forward 50. And I just haven't quite picked up that number, big fella. That's number 12, Aaron Shepherd. So he's been dangerous, Blackie.
He has.
Inside forward 50 marks. You've got them marked down on Senate account stats for how many for the Tigers?
Yeah, the Tigers have got 10. That's the 11th mark inside 50.
I reckon he'd have 4 or 5 of them, Aaron Shepherd. Yep. So he's kicked one goal this afternoon to push the margin back to 17 points. Comes in, better drop punt, but he's going out wide once again. Just kicking hasn't been his go-to today, Aaron Shepherd.
He's had plenty of opportunities, hasn't he?
He's had 5 set shots at goal, and a boundary throw will occur. Possum Kelly, let's go down to you, all thanks to Arts and K with a medical update.
Yeah, for Arts and K, Hilly Lockie Gunning out of the game with a what appears to be either a torn or a tight thigh, so he's in getting showered up, so he's done for the day, as is Noel McDonald. So 2 down, the Seagulls.
It's going to be a big last quarter and a half if they get the 4 points here this afternoon, their first win in 2021. It's going to just test their fortitude, that is for sure. Quick kick out by McNeil. He's been in everything for Port Fairy. Well done by Martin. Good tackle, and the ball goes out of bounds, and we're going to have another ball up. So 5-6-36 Port Fairy. Portland 6-11-47. Shojan rock hard concrete scoreboard. Ball about 60 metres out. Portland's goal. It's going to be young Hampshire now going up against McGuinness. Been impressed with McGuinness. He's had a crack all day. Goes in and gets his football again. Stacks on the mill, and we are going to have another ball up.
They've got 2 loosies behind the ball, Matty, so...
Couple up at the contest. Good tap down that time by Hampshire, only as far as McNeil. Sitting underneath it is Ayres. Good contest. He gathers. He's wrapped up in a strong tackle. I'll tell you what, this contest has lifted a bit, boys. A little bit of feeling between these two teams now. There's 4 points on the line. One of these teams is going to be Norton 2 in an hour and a half time. Isaac Martin gets it to McNeil now on his non-preferred boot. Right foot kick. Kicks down the line. Imby's there. So's the big man Bartlett. Oh, well done, big fella. Kicks into open space. Beautiful kick. Beautiful play. And Darcy Smith goes bang. And mark that one down. The big man. Big Jakey Bartlett. That is a Matco Hire highlight of the day. Sold him some candy in Blackburn. And that was brilliant by the big man.
Well read. He's got the makings of a good forward. He can read the play quick. Got it down. Kicked it out in front of our man and just slipped in and kicked a beautiful goal. A well-needed one too, Poss.
It was indeed, and what he's actually doing, Blackie, he's taking the centre bounces, then he's pushing forward, but it certainly worked, hasn't it? It's what it's meant with him going forward is that Portland have to have that match-up now. They have to put a tall down there to match him up, so it's caused a little bit of a mismatch, and so good work by the Port Fairy coaching staff there.
5 points the margin, 17 minutes gone, third term, Hampden League Live match of the day. Hope you're enjoying the stream on the 3YBFM Facebook page. Jackson trying to get it forward, and he just lost possession of the football. McNeil's been terrific in this quarter especially. Got it forward only as far as Malcolm. Works it to Jennings. Smart by hand. Finds that young fella in Tex Mitchell. Inside 50 or just outside the outskirts of 50. A mark paid.
Oh, no, he's blew the whistle early.
Tommy Sharp. He's gone a little bit early there. Corey Marnie. And we'll have a boundary throw in 55 from home.
And just a shout out to Nicole Dwyer and the crew from Port Fairy. Stockdale Lego, I was going to say. Port Fairy, Stockdale and Lego.
Yep.
They're up at the Surf Life-Saving Boat Rowers watching from the Sunshine Coast of the Australian titles. So good on you, girls, and good luck. We hope you get the chockies done. A good sponsor of the Hendon Football Netball League is Port Fairy, Stockdale and Lego. That is for sure for all your real estate needs, boys.
Huey Worrell and the team, they love it. Ball towards half forward for the Tigers, and Bartlett working back and takes a nice mark. And he's been pretty crucial in the last sort of 5 or 6 minutes. Blackie with a couple of great deeds he's been doing.
Yeah, it's been really good. Reads the play well.
Izzy Martin smothered kick by Valori. The opposing fours going at it. In there is Savage to assist. And just a bit of stopper play there with Schwarbrick dispossessed. Loose football coming out. And they can't quite get it out. That's a holding the ball call and a free kick to the Portland Tigers. So they need to make the most of it. The Tigers have been a little bit slow and a little bit sloppy in this third term, Matt.
Yeah, I agree. They need to get one back on the board here. Hampshire kind of kicks it to no one in particular. Good gather, though, by Texie Mitchell. Swings onto that left boot. Not his best kick that time. Big fist over the top. Gathering there is Shepherd. He's dispossessed. And umpire Corey Marnie says yes. Holding the football. And the free kick will go to the Port Fairy Seagulls deep in defensive 50. And can't quite pick up who
I think it is. Harry Stord.
Oh, Stordy.
Good on you, Stordy. Beautiful kick too to Dwight. Goes through his hands. Drop what he'd normally take. There's Schwarbrick. He's tripped by Isaac Martin, his teammate. Going in there again is Martin. Gathered by that man Savage. He kicks onto the left boot. Goes as far as Falcone, who squares up the football. Got a few numbers here. The Tigers. Savage just overruns the football. Going in nice and hard there. And the umpire says we are going to have a ball up smack bang on the 50-metre arc. 5-point lead here to Portland over the Port Fairy Seagulls, Blackie.
The scoring's right up for Portland. Only kicked to 2 points from their only 4 inside entries, and the Seagulls have had 3 marks inside 50. That's been the difference.
Hampshire, Bartlett, no one won that ruck contest. Jumping on it, there was Bartlett. In there is Falcone. Comes out to McNeil, who's had a lot of the footy in this third term. Conlon at the back, just lurking. Punches it forward, only as far as Connor Peters. He's got a bit of run and carry about him. Short kick to Valori. Yep, hits his mark. He'll look to play on quickly. Good kick, finds Jackson unattended. Squares up to Jennings, 50 from home. Sells the candy, runs around from 48. Toby Jennings, 1-on-1. And Shepherd couldn't quite win that one out. Ball still in hot pursuit, and there is Richardson. Handball out to Sharp. Tommy Sharp with the handball to Richardson. Quick step out of the pack. Goal for the Tigers.
Goal.
Lucas Brothers Butcher snag of the day contender from Kyle Richardson, his second of the afternoon, and that margin just pushes out to 11 points on the Shojin Concrete scoreboard. Philip Possum Kelly, all thanks to Rent for Keeps.
Yeah, just a goal through sheer persistence in the end there, Hilly. So well done to the Tigers. I've been impressed with one boy out there for Port Fairy today, boys. Darcy Smith, I reckon he's done a really good job, probably playing predominantly out on this wing or half back. So it's a really good contest for a couple of really even teams, I reckon.
Start thinking Matthews Petroleum Player of the Day. I agree, Poss. Really even contest.
Pretty tough.
And the Matco Hire boys, they've got the portable en-suites now. Tractor Smith and the team. Make sure you get down there if you're looking for a little portable ensuite, if you've got to do some renovation work.
You'd probably tow one of them around all the time, wouldn't you, Matthew? Just have your own little ensuite there.
Just a little shower.
In the back of the Kia.
Beautiful Nissan Navara sidey. It's a beautiful car.
Same yard.
Same car yard. It is. Yeah. And I think we might have lost the agate. It's just coming back here now. We've got a blood rule
too, boys.
Might be our boy Texie Mitchell. Been fantastic. I've been impressed with kids on both sides. Really wanted to take the ball and take the play on. I love it. And the Brisbane Lions, we are hearing, have just taken out the AFL women's football competition. That's somewhat of an upset, boys, taking on the Adelaide Crows.
Yeah, dead set. They were at Crows at home too, so
3-goal victory.
I'm just having a laugh at Tex Mitchell's little blood wound. It's the size of a Well, I reckon an ant.
Poor old Texie not happy either. Bartlett's up against Malcolm, wins this one down. Jennings is dispossessed. It stacks on the mill once again. Then
Where he
lifted
is?
up a little notch.
he's
He's been
good.
fantastic, Jennings. I told you his old man was a gun. This kid's not far off it.
See, Mick Jennings' son.
Yeah.
Mickey's lad and Harrison.
So Harris, is he younger or older than Harris?
No, he's younger than Harris.
Younger, mate. Harris is down at where are we?
Leopold.
Here we go. So there's Falcone, the veteran. Handball over the top to Sharp. His handball misses the target. Quick kick off the ground. Conlon's got a little bit of space in front of him. Gathered by little Darcy Smith. Over the top to Jimmy Conlon. Conlon goes inboard to Pollock. The youngsters combining. Just goes through the hands. And the defence of Portland. It's been resolute.
Yeah, McIntyre gets it out. Big fly. Couldn't take the mark in there. Jennings is in there again. And all wrapped up there by Jake Bartlett. And we'll have a stoppage right on the tip of the centre square, favouring the attacking end of the Port Fairy Seagulls. They trail by 11 points. 23 minutes gone. Malcolm, Bartlett. It's been a good duel. Malcolm got the football, extracted it out. Jennings just slaps it on the boot. Gets a little bit of distance. Big fly by Stord. Pushed in the marking contest and a free kick. And I'll tell you what, Blackie, I don't know much about this boy, but he's been pretty solid.
Bloody oath.
It was McDonald, not McDonald, it was Dwyer. Good kick by Dwyer. That nearly has to be a free kick, I would have thought. In that marking contest for Izzy Martin. Football out, working hard. There's Stord, and he was coat-hanged, and he'll get the result free kick. So he goes on the left, centres it to centre half forward. A good mark taken there by Jennings again, and put that down as a Matco highlight of the day contender.
Trent, okay.
This kid is really impressing me. I'm liking the way he moves, and agile and good hands and a good use of the footy. And a good kick in the end to Falcone. So the Tigers, I'd like to manufacture another one just to extend that lead. Short kick by Falcone to Jenner, who was promising in that first half. Been a little bit quiet in the second half.
Yeah.
Crosses the face to the centre square to Peters. Where's he going to go? He's got a running Josh Edwards if he wants him. Edwards has got time and space, and he can go out to Proctor if he needs to. Kicks inside 50, and a nice mark taken there by the Seagulls.
Don't
And that
like that.
Cramp,
I reckon, for the youngster
I don't
in
think so. No, he's landed awkwardly, boys.
Oh, has he?
Dwyer.
I think so. Hopefully it's an ankle and not a
Don't think
No, it's
Dwyer.
Hamish Gleeson.
Hamish Gleeson.
Oh, he's in a bit of pain, isn't he, the kid? It's in the same spot as young McDonald in the first quarter, boys.
Yeah, it's an ankle, I think, boys.
Ankle or calf,
So
so that.
that would put no one on the bench for Port Ferry if he takes no further part.
So Gunning's gone, McDonald's gone, and possibly Gleeson here. So the Seagulls are going to have to dig deep. Ball on the far outer side. What do they got for us? Here you go, the Tigers handball up. Falcone, a little bit of 1-2 action. Can he gather? Oh, they got in each other's way there, did they? And the tackle comes in, and he's pretty sore, the young kid down there, Gleeson.
Probably don't want to leak one now, do they, the Seagulls? I wouldn't have thought.
No,
Actually-
it's 11-point margin, Blackie.
Just for Arts and K down here, boys, I think it might actually be cramp. He's just gone down onto the mat and he's just going to get a bit of attention to the calves. Yeah, so it might only be cramp, hopefully.
Bit of the Lyle Eels magic potion on the old crampage.
We know what his potion is.
What a legend old Eels he is. Well, could have been a push out there. Umpire said no. Nice mark at the end of Tommy Sharp. Plays on quickly. Just his disposals let him down a little bit today, Sharp, and cutting it off and taking a nice mark was Ayres. He plays on quickly to Schwarbrick.
Warbrick hadn't been started all right.
Hasn't been too bad, I reckon,
No.
especially in this term.
Yeah.
Little chip kick over the top there to Jordan Coulton. So Coulton's got Pollock on if he wants to use him. Decides to go the long option. Savage is going to have to go against three and competes. Winning it, though, for Portland is Dunlop. He's been really impressive. I've liked him over the top to Peters. He gets the handball onto a teammate in and finds Hampshire. So Hampshire's about 75 metres out from goal. Seagulls getting numbers back in defence, and they're going to have to just chip it around.
Yeah, little Jackson, the skipper for the Tigers. Where will he go? He's got a running Harrison Hampshire if he wants him, but he goes to the top of the square. The big fly. No one can take the mark. Loose football. Dunlop was in there. Paddled towards the boundary line from the Seagulls defence. And we'll have a boundary throw in. 11 points the margin. Let's head down to the boundary. All thanks to Rent for Keeps, Philip Possum Kelly.
Yeah, well, the hard contested game's starting to take its toll a little bit, boys. A few players going down and holding calves and getting up a bit ginger, so it's going to be a war of attrition, I think.
Sharp off the pad, kicks a goal. That's a Lucas Brothers Butcher. Snag of the day contender. Read it really well off the hit out. Turned around on the right boot and gave it a nice little snap across the body and kicked a beautiful goal. And that just puts the margin to 17 points as we're nearing three-quarter time. Alan Blackburn.
Yeah, it was a very good goal. Probably just what the Seagulls didn't want. Thomas Sharp hadn't done a great deal, but he rode that well and hooked it around. And a very, very good goal to the Portland Footy Club.
8-11-59 to 6-6-42. 28 minutes gone, and that was a great roving goal.
Oh, brilliant. And they were challenged here at the start of this third term. The Seagulls got the first couple of this third quarter, and they've responded to this young Portland outfit. And I'll tell you what, I reckon Jared Holt will be very, very happy. 17-point lead. Still plenty to play. Port Fairy down to... well, they've only got one on the bench at the moment. Could possibly have none. We're just waiting for an injury update downstairs. Savage, he gathers, trying to lift the Seagulls here. Coming through, though, once again for Portland. Jennings kicked down, and this is a beautiful kick. And what a great kick it was to Dunlop. I've liked this kid.
Weary.
Just finds some space, does Weary. And he's going to go back. Go back and have a shot, mate. You've had a great game. Just try and slot this one through. He's a likely type, this kid. Absolute ripper for mine. This is to put the margin out to 23 points. So Dunlop comes in, kicks on its way. It's bending back.
It's holding its own.
It hasn't got the leg, though, and it falls just a couple of metres short.
So it's a loose football. The Tigers have got numbers here. Here's Jennings in the pocket, right foot snap, goal for the Tigers.
They're on fire.
Oh, he's a classic. That's a Matco Hire highlight of the day contender. Down to the boundary line, turn around one, right foot snap and goal. That's two in the last minute and a half. And the Tigers, they jump to 9-11-65 to 6-6-42 as we're nearing 30 minutes in this third term. And Blackie, I'm thinking Matthews Petroleum. This young man, Mr. Jennings, Toby, number 15, is certainly well in contention for my mind.
Great third quarter and uses the ball well, was involved in that centre clearance just before and then roved it, ran around and done a beautiful snap. He's a good kid.
He is a good kid. Possum, your thoughts on the youngster? He's moved very well this afternoon.
Yeah, well, real opportunistic goal, that one, wasn't it, Hilly? And they're the sorts of things that Portland have been able to do all day as they win another clearance out of the centre.
They do. Centre half forward's the destination. Let's see what Tex Mitchell can do. Soccer work there by Hamish Gleeson. He's back on the ground, so it was cramp, which is pleasing to see. Evades one, evades two, and gets it to Dwyer. Spearing pass down along the wing to Duncan. I'll tell you what, he's A-class with his disposal, mate.
Yeah, absolutely. He kind of started the game well, Dwyer, but just drifted out of the contest. Here's Savage. What's happened here? Free kick down the ground, is it, or 50 metres?
I know, what's going on?
Oh, it'd be 100 metres, is it? Because
what's going on?
I don't know. It's got dark here at the Gardens Oval, Port Fairy all of a sudden. Free kick is going to go to James Duncan. He gives it to Savage. Savage on the 50-metre arc now, squares it up, looking to the hot spot. Not a lot of height down there. Conlon goes up against three. Does a great job. Little Jimmy wasn't that magnificent. He had Malcolm to contest against. And the little fella said, stuff it.
Oh, he's pinged him.
Well, he's done well there.
He's done well.
He has.
And that's probably going to result. Mark that down,
He's
Conlon.
responsible for this.
1v4, smallest bloke on the park, and if McGuinness kicks this goal, it is because of the little skeg Jimmy Conlon.
I tell you, it was like Tony Liberatore trying to upset Aaron Sandilands.
What a good effort. So this is a big kick in the context of this game. The Seagulls need it. Look at the kids behind the goals. They're excited. They think Plugger Lockett's down here at Port Fairy. Comes in, McGuinness. Had a good game. Ex-Creeker. Kicks on its way. It's straight through the middle. Have a look at that. And they've got one on the three-quarter time siren, just like they did at half-time. And it is game on here at the Gardens Oval, Port Fairy. So 7-6-48. That is the Seagulls Portland 9-11-65, 17-point ball game, and I reckon if anything, Alan Blackburn, Trent Hill and Possum Kelly, the Seagulls might be just kicking with a slight breeze in the final term.
Yeah, probably would be, I think, Stewie. Yeah, good effort there because Portland got a couple in front there. Possum, a very handy one right on the siren, and a great contest by little Jimmy Conlon was fall back.
Well, sometimes that's all you got to do, isn't it, Blake? He just created a contest, the ball spilt the ground, as did the players, and they were able to hold the ball in, and he won a free kick. But you're right, there is a very, very slight advantage to that town end that Port Fairy will be coming home with, but I wouldn't say it's significant enough to be like a match-winning breeze, but it is swirling, as a matter of fact. It's probably not a breeze that's advantaged enough to probably say they're going to kick 4 or 5 goals, but you know, game on.
Absolutely, it is game on. So at three-quarter time, the Portland Tigers lead by 17 points. We're going to take a break on your home of football and netball, 94.5 3YB FM.
YB FM.
Welcome back. We're just about to start the final quarter. 17-point lead here. The Portland Tigers over the Port Fairy Seagulls. Let's go downstairs with Possum Kelly, who's got Reece Egan.
Good on you, boys. Reece, tight contest, but you boys were able to sort of kick back-to-back goals a couple of times during the game and sort of held that narrow lead.
Yeah, I thought early in that third quarter, Port Fairy probably controlled the midfield and got their running game up a little bit. And we, as you said, we wrestled back with those 2 late goals, but they've also kicked 2 siren goals, which you know, it helps them, gives them a bit of boost going into the quarter. But, yeah, I think we're back up and about now, and hopefully we can run out this last quarter.
And yourself, mate, just a little hammy, but you're telling me you'll be back suited up next week.
Yeah, slight hamstring. Obviously, the Tuesday night before round 1's not ideal, but, yeah, so I was very close Thursday night, and I just made the decision to give it 1 more week, and I'll be back next week for Anzac Day, so...
Good on you, mate. Thanks for your time. Good luck for the last quarter.
Thanks, mate.
Good kick. Thanks, pass. Reece Egan down on the boundary. Hampshire, that's Sam. Bit of a pitching wedge kick inside 50. Done up, and a nice mark taken there by the youngster, 32, as Pritchard. Not a great kick in the end. And it's going to be young Smith who can get the football and get it out of defence. He can find... Oh, that was clever. Nice bit of work there by number 38 in Dwyer. Not used to having the shorter locks, to be honest with you. It's confusing me a little bit. Good work there by Duncan. Gets it on centre wing. Pollock reads it well. He got the handball out. Wow. Finds Conlon. He's got inboard Ayres. He goes back to McNeil. Go over the top and look for Savage or someone, boys. Duncan. Not a great kick. And a nice mark taken by Edwards. And they want 50 and they get it. And I reckon Edwards was the one that was in that contest where the 50-metre wet ended up with Conlon getting the goal in that third term.
A little bit going off the play here. This first goal, this final term is going to be so important. Who can get it? Here's Joshy Dwyer for the Seagulls. Handball comes out. Savage had his head ripped off, and he will get the resultant free kick. They need a bit out of Savage in this final term, the Seagulls. Boy up and under, looking for McNeil. Beautiful kick of the football. He's been good, Andy McNeil. I can see them two combining a bit, Savage and McNeil. Kick over the top that time. Aaron Williams. Ex-old Collegians, plays cricket over here at the Seagulls.
Bat's number 5.
Bats at number 5, says the great Dickie Bird.
Had to give him out LB in the semi-final, though.
There you go, the Portland Tigers down is bouncing.
Yeah, I did.
Connor Peters, kick comes in, but it's going to be cut off. Nice mark taken, 2 across half-back. He's Dwyer. He's got some space. This is what he likes. He's had 3 or 4 touches already in this final term. A beautiful kick to James Duncan, who plays on. Probably not the right option there. Well done by Shepherd. Over to Falcone, over to Hampshire, over to Jennings, who misses it. And Joshy Dwyer chips over the top and finds Isaac Martin. Doesn't take the mark. It's a comedy of errors, Hilly.
It is. It's a one-on-one. Dunlop up against Stored. At the bottom of the package, Richardson's lost his footing. Harwood defending well for the Port Fairy Seagulls. Dunlop trying to orchestrate something. Loose football out. It comes out as far as Sharp. Left foot kick towards the top of the square. Shepherd, Gleeson, well done to Gleeson. Stored got the little toe poke and finds Gleeson, who gets the barrel out of defence, and the target will be Swarbrick, but working back is Proctor. Well gathered by McNeil. Smothered kick. Here come the Tigers. It's looks like it may be Jackson. Centres the kick. Mitchell. Couldn't take the mark. Loose football. Ayres tried to do a little bit of work there. Gathered by Sam Hampshire across the across the body he kicks.
Across something.
And it's across the boundary line on the full.
Hey, listen, let's go around the grounds. All thanks to McLaren Hunt Financial Group. Skeeter Cannon and his North Warrnambool taking on the South Warrnambool Roosters. What's happening out there, Skeet?
Yeah, it's three-quarter time here, Matty, and it's South Warrnambool leading 8-12-60 to North Warrnambool 5-3-33.
So a pretty comfortable lead, 27-point lead there to the Roosters over the North Warrnambool Eagles. Let's go to Simon Perry, Warrnambool v Hamilton. What's happening out the pond, mate?
Yeah, g'day, boys. Yeah, we're about 5 minutes into the last quarter here, and it's Warrnambool 11-8-74 to Hamilton 5-5-35, and I think Rowi's kicked 6 here by the look of it. So, yeah.
The Blues getting the job done, and sharpshooter and Jason Rowan back into a bit of form too, which is fantastic. Minor score here brings the margin back to 16 points. Liam Hoy, Karoit v Terang Mortlake. Hoysey, Saints doing it on the bit at the moment.
Yeah, 136-8 here, boys. Just trying to get through injury free.
Unbelievable, mate. Who's kicked them all? Dobson?
Oh, we got a 12-week-old.
I don't know. He hung up, the great man. He just gives us a quick little score, and he was gone. Back here, 16-point lead to Portland. Can the Seagulls put a little bit of scoreboard pressure on here? Malcolm grabs it out of the ruck. There's young Pollock. He's been good. Handball on to Smith around the body. The big man's going to sit underneath it. Good contest it was, Conlon. Oh, could have been a free kick there. So the big man umpire says play on. And the defence of Portland has been resolute all day, and Daniel Falcone takes a nice chest mark.
He does. He's right on the tip of the 50-metre line in their defensive end. He'll go short by foot. Kick has to be good, and Jennings takes the mark. So we've had a lot of it, Toby Jennings. Goes inside the centre square. Kicks dangerous. Swarbrick couldn't quite take the mark. Gathers, got the handball out, finds Darcy Smith. He'll go to Savage, who's got a bit of time and space. He'll have to go back over the mark now as Shepherd's manning that one inside. Good kick. Bartlett just couldn't quite take the mark. And there is Imby taking off the football. Free kick Seagulls. And they get a chance to kick back to a 10-point deficit. That was a beautiful bit of use of footy by Shane Savage. He almost found Bartlett, but Imby, right place, right time in the end.
He did, mate. He used the new rule. He, the guy had to stand. He kind of cribbed around and went up another 5 metres, so it was a good effort. Good contest by Bartlett, though, too.
25 metres out, slightish angle. James Imby to cut the margin back to 10 points. Comes in. It looks a little bit short. They shepherd it through. It's a goal.
Shepherd, put that down.
It's a goal to the Seagulls.
Bartlett. He's been good, Bartlett.
He has been
He's
good,
a
mate.
smart. He's a good decision maker, Bartlett, isn't he?
He is.
He's probably not blessed with the athleticism of a Ben Malcolm, but just football smarts have been impressive today.
He's competed too, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's a goer. He's a goer. 8-7-55 Port Fairy. Portland 9-11-65. 6 minutes gone, final term. And can that just reinvigorate the Seagulls as they're down 2 men on the bench? Possum Kelly on the boundary, all thanks to Rent for Keeps.
Yeah, well, again, we got back to that 2-goal margin, Hilly. So this wind is very strange. It's actually swirling a bit, and if anything, it's actually to the advantage of Portland now, boys, believe it or not.
Here we go. Portland get that centre clearance, but it's been cut off by Georgie Swarbrick. He kicks out into space. I've liked the game of this kid, Darcy Smith. He's been in a fair bit for the Seagulls. That was classy too. Steps around one. Oh, Colin goes for a fly. That would have been marking a century. Great tackle by Isaac Martin. And the Port Ferry faithful put it down as a Matco higher. Oh, he plays on to Savage. He's racked up. Gets it back to Martin. They stuffed that up a little bit, to be honest, the Seagulls. And the defence, once again, is going to get out of trouble, but it's going to come straight back. No, it won't. And the ball goes out of bounds. So it's a 10-point ball game.
There was Conlon.
Oh, I sat on his head. Gary Moorcross style. And little Jimmy. He's done a couple of things today. I've always liked Jimmy.
Why couldn't he have marked that?
Would have been a fair old grab. I was about to say 3-on-1 and the tall timber against. So McGuinness going up against Malcolm. Has not had a spell all day, Benny Malcolm. He's been fantastic. Here they go again, the young guns for the Portland Tigers. Kick out in front, Shepherd. Good effort that time by Harwood. Equally as good by Shepherd. Diving on the football was Gleeson. He's been good too. Wrapped up in a tackle.
All up.
Big Texie Mitchell.
That's mine, boys. Give it to me.
And we are going to have a ball up at the true centre-half forward position. Port Fairy Trail, Portland by 10 points.
Blood rule.
Another blood rule, boys.
On his leg.
So a blood rule there. It looks like Jonathan Ayres from the Seagulls. He'll have to come off and just get that patched up. Possum, all thanks to Arts and K.
Streaming out of his leg.
He's had a cat scratch.
It's a bit like Texie Mitchell's. I reckon it was the size of an ant.
He had to get right down to see it. Had to get that telescope.
We're going to play it safe, that's for sure.
Exactly.
Malcolm McGuinness. Malcolm got the tap down. Well read there by Jennings to Jenner. 40 from home to the top of the square. Jenner! Goal! Touched! Touched on the line. Touched. The Seagulls and a minor score. They're all getting around him and giving him a pat on the back, but he hasn't kicked the goal, son.
It was tough, boys.
They've got to get back into play, the Tigers. And it's stored. He kicks it out of defence. Looking for... Oh, that's a nice mark. Taken there by Dwyer. Dwyer now, he runs off the mark. He kicks it down the line. Who's the target? Big fly by Edwards. Good mark. Macco Higher. Highlight of the day contender. Josh Edwards from the Tigers takes it on true halfback.
Oh, that was a good mark. It was a little fisty mark. Oh, here's Isaac Martin now. Chipping in. He's lifted for the Seagulls. They're going to have to just chip it around. He's got McNeil. Just find space. Andy McNeil, first game back here for the Seagulls. He has done very well. Raking left foot kick. Looking for Emby. Contest is on now at half forward. Portland getting numbers back across half back. Emby gathers. He hasn't got much in support. Portland got the number out there. A free kick's been paid here. It's going to go to Portland, and it's going to go to the young man, little Nathan Valori. Across half back. So Valori, little left foot up. Chip kick. Beautiful kick it is. He spots up Joshy Jenner. He finds Falcone out wide. So they're just chipping the ball, wasting a little bit of time here. Oh, not a good kick that time, and chipping in there.
Georgie.
Could be 50 metres, is it, for Swarbrick? No, it's not, but he's taken a nice mark, and he's about to launch the Port Fairy Seagulls into attack.
Yeah, the momentum favouring the Seagulls at the moment. Size to play on. He'll kick it long inside. Forward 50. Savage, Imby. Jenner does well to clean up. Gathered by McInnes. He's been terrific as a makeshift ruckman. Savage got the kick, but intercepted there by Josh Edwards from the Tigers. And I know.
They were stiff. He was just in the right spot at the right time.
Good kick in the end. Finds Richardson on that halfback flank for the Tigers, out of side. He's kicked 2 goals this afternoon, Kyle Richardson. 4 for the season. Goes along down the line looking for Malcolm. He did a bit of soccer work. Keeps it working forward. Hampshire up against Williams. Williams did well. Trying to trap it there was the Seagulls through Harwood. Gleeson, he's hobbling a little bit. He's cramped again. And we'll see the ball over the boundary line for a boundary throw in. Possum, let's head down towards you on the boundary, all thanks to Rent for Keeps.
Yeah, get on your hilly. The Gardens Oval bathed in sunshine here at the moment as we tick into the 12-minute mark. But yeah, as I said before, a lot of fatigue setting in for these players.
Was that one cramp, ankle or knee that time, Poss?
I think a bit of everything. I think it's just mainly cramp.
He's been good, Gleeson, too. They need him out there. Here goes Texie Mitchell, high up and under. Coming out to meet the footballers, Colin Harwood. Been good. Resolute in defence. Beautiful kick to young Pollock. He plays on quickly to Savage. Savage, not his best kick that time, but it's going to probably pay off, is it? Yes, it is. Can they gather? They can. It's Swarbrick out there. He's wrapped up. Gets it back to McNeil. His kick is smothered. It's pressure football here. Going in there was Dalton. Well done. Gathering there also for the Port Fairy Seagulls. Quick kick forward to Imby. He's taken without the football. Here's little Jimmy Conlon. Kick out of the pack. Oh, it's a contest at full forward, and mopping up and doing a great job there is Connor Peters.
So they're going to get it out here. This is going to be Pritchard off half-back. Goes long down the line. Mitchell flies and takes a nice mark. The Texan kicks it to half-forward. Sharp's the intended target. Good punch away there by Stored. Here they go, the Seagulls. There's Dwyer. Good kick. Up there now is Ayres. Just goes back behind the mark, looking to draw the player. Gets the handball out to Duncan. Has to be quick with the disposal. Mitchell's on his tail. Inside 50, Imby flies. Hot football. Coming through is Conlon. Does a bit of body work. The loose football now to McNeil. Got the handball back. He thought he had a teammate in advance, but it was Falcone. And the Tigers are going to get it out. Jenner through his fingers. Nice bit of work there by Bell. Gets it to Jenner. Centre half forward. Hampshire out in front, couldn't take the mark. Good sprawl there by Harwood. Good enough to read his own ball, Hampshire. Good work by Martin to cause the pressure on Jenner, and we'll have a stoppage on that outer side
What
wing.
a contest. Good contest.
I love it.
Great game of football,
contest.
Blackie.
Great contest.
I love it. Two young sides going at it. Free-flowing football. And it's going to be a war of attrition this last kind of 15 minutes of this contest. Big tap that time down by Malcolm. Goes as far as Crystal Jenner. And
Crystal Jenner.
we are going to have a ball up right of the half-forward flank position. 11-point lead here to Portland. 14 minutes gone, final term. There's Falcone. Free kick's been plucked out. It's going to go against Port Fairy and go to the big man, is it?
No advantage.
And he's going to go to Damien Bell. He gets a handball on quickly. Oh, beautiful kick. And spots up Sharp. And I'll tell you what, that was magnificent football by the Portland Tigers. And Sharp, there is a massive chance here for the Portland Tigers just to kind of suffocate the Seagulls out of this contest. Tommy Sharp comes in. Ex-coach. Kicks on its way. They like it. They like it, the Portland faithful, and it's a goal. Beautiful kick. And that is number 2 for Tommy Sharp this afternoon. And what an important time, 10-12-72. That is Portland. Port Fairy 8-7-55. Shojan Rockhart Concrete scoreboard. And when Tommy Sharp has needed to act and respond, Blackie, he's done so today.
Yeah, he kicked a couple now, so that was a good goal from on the angle. Good bit of play. Won the ruck contest, or they got a free kick, got it out, and Sharp was on the lead, and a good kick from there, Hilly.
Yeah, he's a beautiful kick, Sharp. He's been a terrific player for the last, I think, 3 seasons that he's played with the Tigers. So, very good kick, and, that puts the margin out to 17 points now. 15 minutes gone in this final term, but still a lot of football to be played here at the Gardens Oval. They need the next one here, the Seagulls. Bartlett back in the ruck. Flies, he doesn't really. Lets Malcolm get the tap down, but hoping that midfielders can do something. Ayres got the kick forward. Conlon almost took a nice mark. Out the back there was McInnes. Got the handball to Imby. 40 on the run. James Imby. Goal for the Seagulls. There's the reply.
Wow.
And that's the margin back to 11 points. Oh, that was very well done. And Conlon again, he's not getting a lot of disposals, but it's just that body work and those little bits of pressure that he's adding, Blackie.
Yeah.
And that was a terrific finish by Imby for his second of the day.
Yeah, no, really good effort by Conlon in there. He doesn't get the accolades or the stats for it, but and a good finish by him. He just sized the situation up straight over, and a good shepherd in the goal square too. So
Still game on here.
Yeah.
On the ball too, Imby. On the ball.
yeah.
So the margin back to 11 points. We've just ticked over 16 minutes on the fresher time clock. This last quarter, all thanks to Clinton Bosch, Warrnambool Nissan. Magnificent motor vehicle, the Navara. Tap down, coming through to meet it there with the Port Fairy Seagulls. They're just trying to throw everything on the line there. Benny Malcolm's going nowhere. And Big Bartlett, he's tried hard. Him and Malcolm have been at it all day. Fantastic contest. Malcolm wins that one down. There's Bartlett, could have been in the back. Seagull supporters looking for it, but not there.
I reckon Malcolm's got to be a little bit smarter with his tap work here, because Bartlett's not really jumping up, so he's got to be a little bit more smarter getting it down to his midfielders.
Bartlett there uncontested, falling on top in the back. The free kick goes to
Good
Bartlett.
call, Poss. Good call.
All over it, Possum downstairs. So big Jakey Bartlett, he kicks the hot spot. Not his best kick. Not his best kick, and a nice mark was taken there across half back for the Portland Tigers. Plays on quickly to Jenner, and Jenner's got the running player.
He does. Dunlop flies at the back, couldn't take the mark. Loose football, tried to paddle it forward. Kept his feet. There was the young fella in Coulton. Here's Dunlop, great pick up below his knees. Gathers around on the right boot. Inside forward 50. Shepherd on the chest. Turns around and dribbles a behind. Needs to go back and take his shot there, Blackie.
Jason Dunster wouldn't have liked that one.
Well, I'll tell you what, he probably could have run onto the goal square and kicked a goal. So that's probably 1 goal, 5, I reckon, for Shepherd this afternoon. Puts the margin to a flat 2 goals, 12 points, 18 minutes gone. Malcolm flies and takes a nice mark. Gets it to Hampshire, 50 from home. Sharp's the man. Shepherd's over in that pocket as well. Almost gathered by Shepherd, just a little bit fumbly towards the boundary line and sees it over. A win for the Seagulls. We'll have a boundary throw in.
Yeah, good contest. It really, as we
It is, isn't
were
it?
saying before, two young sides going at it. Probably just got a bit too many big men just at the moment, haven't they, Portland, at the contest, and
Lower the
just
eyes,
look
the
a little bit
Seagulls.
better, don't they? But the Seagulls haven't given up by a long way.
No, next goal so important. So the ball in the Port Fairy forward 50. Hampshire wins that one down. Gathering it there as Richardson swings around the body. Colin Harwood, it's a contest, goes through from on a score. And that sends the margin out to 13 points. So 9-7-61 Port Fairy. Portland 10-14-74. Shojan Rockhard Concrete scoreboard. 19 minutes gone in this final term. Colin Harwood, big raking, booming kick of the football. That one no exception. Can they gather Darcy Smith? Yes, he does. Oh, gee whiz, big stiff. Possum, you were right down there, all thanks to Redford Games.
Yeah, I think it's the second one we've seen today, boys. It was that clearly was not over the line.
Never got in the road there, possibly. You're the poor old boundary umpire.
No, but it was, nevertheless, you're doing a good job.
Doing a good job.
13-point lead here to the Portland Tigers. Gathering there is Darcy Smith again.
That's too high.
Taken high. No, I thought that was right. That was a right call. The Portland faithful downstairs not happy. Been good, Smith. Got to be in Port Fairy's best. Over the back of the pack there. There's McGuinness. He's wrapped up in a tackle. And have a listen to the fans. They've lifted down here too.
Well, it should have been a free kick anyway because he got Jackson head high with the fend off.
Yeah.
Here they go. Dunlop. Beautiful kick of the football to Richardson. He steps around one. 45 metres out. Is it home? No, it's not. Goes through for a minor score. So 10-15-75 Portland. Port Fairy 9-7-61. Shojan Rockhard Concrete scoreboard.
I'll tell you what, Possum on the boundary, all thanks to Renford Keeps. I reckon the Seagulls will be blowing just a little bit, obviously with two less rotations on the bench.
Yeah, I guess so, Hilly, although I'm not sure that would sort of come right into it right now. But in saying that, I think this little lead that Portland have got, given the fact that it's been around that mark most of the day, I just think it might be enough for them to hang on.
So boundary throw in, the attacking side of centre wing for the Portland Tigers at 74-61, 21 minutes gone almost. At the back there was Richardson. Inside 50, it's Mitchell!
Oh, Texie!
That Texie Mitchell man takes the mark, 45 from home. He kicked 2 goals in the second term in succession. And well, could this be a bit of an icing on the cake or just put it just out of the reach of the Seagulls? He's a really likeable young man, this man, Tex Mitchell. He's kicked 2 this afternoon.
He'll kick this. He's
And,
got something about him, I reckon, Hilly, hasn't he?
The left footer, they're beautiful kicks to left footers. Mitchell from 45 metres out to put it to a 19-point margin, comes in and makes no mistake. The Texan goes bang. And the Tigers jump up by 19 points. They get around him 11-14-80, 9-7-61 Alan Blackburn. That's a Shojan Concrete scoreboard and 3 to the young fella.
Yeah, great mark and a
he's
great
pretty
kick
good.
under pressure from 45 out. So it's going to make it hard from the Seagulls from here, Poss.
Yeah, absolutely, Blackie. I said that just a little bit earlier on, and I think that goal there probably seals the deal. What are we ticking into 22 minutes, a 19-point lead, so you'd think that it's all but done, but Port Fairy obviously have to answer pretty quick. Yeah, it's been a good game,
Oh, I tell you what, I've been impressed with Portland. They've really, they've done a great job here this afternoon. We've seen a bit of talent, I reckon. Jennings, big Texie Mitchell. The list goes on. Oh, I've been impressed too with Richardson, Shepherd, all young kids, all similar kind of players too. So, I reckon Jared Holt is going to be absolutely pumped, and they're probably going to get more than likely the 4 points this afternoon. They'll be very, very happy. Shortest away trip for them too here. They'll be able to get home to the Chicken and Seafood King a little bit earlier tonight.
What's your other little haunt that you like over there?
I like Portland. It's a beautiful part of it.
the Chicken Joy.
It's a Chicken and Seafood King, isn't it?
You can find it. They probably haven't one here at the Garden.
Canadian Rooster.
They'll be stopping at Yambuck first, surely.
Of course they would. Right, tap down that time by Big Bartlett. He's tried hard, but I reckon Malcolm's just got the honours.
Yeah, definitely.
Tireless all day.
Yeah.
I tell you, they'll love to get Sandy Robinson back in that lineup, won't they? The Seagulls, and just
And
allows
Matty Sully.
allows Bartlett to float forward, float the ruck.
Yeah.
And I think if you chuck Robinson and Sully in this contest today, it certainly changes, the whole kind of concept. That is for sure. Here they go, Hampshire. He's been good too. This kid swings around. What's he done? Right foot shot at goal goes through for a minor score. So 11-15-81. That is Portland. Port Fairy 9-7-61. 23 and a half minutes gone in this final term. All thanks to Clinton Bosch, Warrnambool Nissan. The brand new Nissan Navara.
Yeah, it's a fantastic rig, Matthew. No doubt about it. Kick in there from Harwood. Big fly from Harry Hampshire. DeWise in there, tried hard. Pollock in there, got the handball out to Duncan. Dispossessed. Mitchell there. So's Jennings. Look at him go. Short kick. Smart. He's just got footy smarts, this young man. And he finds Richardson. He's 50 from home. Wheels around Richardson for goal number 3 for the big finish. Richardson! Yes! Oh! What a goal from 52 metres out. His third of the afternoon. And that's 26 point the margin. That's a Lucas Brothers Butcher snag of the day contender.
And a Matco Hire highlight.
I'll tell you what, they've brought the goods in this last 7 or 8 minutes. The Portland Tigers, 26 points the margin. Possum Kelly, you're getting the front row seat on the boundary, all thanks to Rent for Keeps.
Yeah, well, I think their finishing's been really, really good this afternoon, haven't they? Hasn't it, Hilly? And it's been, as we keep saying, a very, very good contest. But, Big Malcolm, he's been good in the middle, hasn't he?
Very good, Poss. I just think weight of numbers, they're bigger bodies. They're just starting to take over a little bit, aren't they?
Yeah, no, they are. They've been fantastic all day, to be honest. Never headed. They started the game off sensationally well, and have been challenged a couple of times throughout this contest, but they've lifted. There's Savage for the Port Fairy Seagulls. How have you rated his game, Alan Blackburn?
Yeah, tried hard. Look, he'd be a lot better once.
The pace.
Yeah, once they get a few bigger bodies and that in, and he'll be able to, instead of going in for the contest, he'll be able to be on the outside a little bit more. So he's been really good.
Handball comes over the top now. Coming through is Weary Dunlop. What's he done? Put the icing on the cake. Magnificent football here. This is champagne football by the Portland Tigers. That is goal number 2 for Dunlop. 13-15-93. Port Fairy 9-7-61. Shojin Rockhart concrete scoreboard. It is raining goals here at the Gardens Oval, Port Fairy. And the Tigers are going to get their first victory in 2021, Hilly.
Yeah, they are, Matty. Been impressive, and they've run out this game pretty well, Blackie. And they're finishing, as Poss said before, just there 45-50 from home. They've been able to finish some of those real clutch goals.
Yeah, and Weary kicked the first goal for the Tigers, and now he's probably going to kick nearly their last. So, yeah, just a bigger body, bit of run from behind, and the Seagulls have tried really hard, but they just run out of puff.
And I've got no doubt, losing McDonald early, you know, he's a really good user of the footy and can find it. So, they've certainly lost a little bit out there, and the Tigers.
Young Gunning.
Gunning as well, he's smart around goals. Ball inside, forward 50. Can they go again? The Tigers. Jackson, yes, he takes the mark. 40 metres from home, directly in front. And one little Jacko like to be on the scoreboard as well. He's kicked one behind this afternoon. The skipper, wearing the number 10, will have a shot for his first goal of the afternoon. And just to extend that lead out to 38 points as we've hit the 26.5-minute mark of this final term on the Fresher time clock. Daniel Jackson from 40. Good kick. Good kick that just pushed to the left and a minor score. So 13-16-94 Portland, 9-7-61 Port Fairy, 27 minutes gone. We're talking Matthews Petroleum, Blackie. Where are we leaning to with a few names?
Probably have to go to Portland, very much so. Young Toby Jennings has been good. Daniel Jackson's been good. Benny Malcolm in the ruck's been also excellent, and Daniel Falcone also been excellent. So they're just a few to throw in there, and Aaron Shepherd's been pretty good as well. So, but Jennings for me at this stage, Posh, what do you reckon?
Yeah, look, you could throw a blanket over him, really, couldn't you? There's been a lot of good players, and yeah, look, that's a great mark. Who's that, Jimmy?
Whiz. That's little Jimmy Conlon again.
He's a real will o' the wisp, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he's fearless too for a little fella. That was a Matco Hire highlight of the day contender for little Jimmy Conlon. Now doing the portable en-suites. And little Jimmy Conlon, the sting's gone out of this one now, boys. Make no mistake about it. The Tigers are home. leading comfortably. It's for a bit of respectability on the scoreboard. Little Jimmy Conlon comes in. Kicks on its way. Misses to the left. Yes, he does. So goes through for minor score. So 9-8-62 Port Fairy. Portland 13-16-94. We've played 28 minutes and Alan Blackburn, I've liked the game. You're going through Matthews Petroleum Player of the Days. I thought Richardson and Shepherd up forward have both been fantastic, as has Mitchell. I reckon little Dunlop, Jackson Dunlop's been fantastic.
He's been good. Yeah, they've had a good mixture right through, so it's going to be tough, but this stage it's Toby Jennings for me.
I'll tell you what, not your Matthews Petroleum, but your pit top player, menswear 3, 2 and 1. Blackie, you'll be interested as well.
Yeah, it will be, mate. Pretty tough, but...
So the ball back here. Ball's going to go out of bounds. Yes, it is. Calling for on the full, but not going to come. Can't be long to play in this game now.
30 seconds, I reckon, Matt, or just a little bit under.
30 seconds. You've gone for slash number 4 this afternoon, Hilly. You've been on fire.
That only happens to old fellas like me, Hilly.
I've drank 2 litres of water, big fella.
Go and get the prostate check, mates. We should all do that, men. There's Ayres. Snapper in the potty. Has it got the leg? No, it hasn't. And a nice mark has been taken there by Damien Bell. Probably not his best of kicks. Isaac Marns tried hard for the Seagulls. Just kind of rugby scrums the ball out there, looking for options. And there's the siren. I don't think that last one will count. No, it won't. And a victory to the Portland Tigers, 13-16-94. Defeating the Port Fairy Seagulls, 9-8-62. What a great victory by the Portland Tigers. And Jared Holt, well, he said pre-game he's got some great young kids that he's really looking forward to coaching over the next couple of seasons, and I reckon he was absolutely spot on, boys.
Yeah, some good players, good kids from both sides. Just the weighted numbers in the bigger bodies, just in the finish, just wore Port Fairy down, and as we said, couple of rotations down, but in the end, just the better side, the bigger bodies, and they really got on top. Seagulls, 10 out of 10 for effort, but just they're lacking in size and numbers. But great contest by 2 young sides, boys, and I really liked the contest. I'm glad we come in today, boys. It was a good contest.
Absolutely, it was. I've been really impressed. Both teams unveiled a lot of new players. There's a lot of new faces out there, and full credit. They had a crack. They had they dished up a fair bit to each other, and they were fearless in the way they went about their football this afternoon. We might go around the grounds, all thanks to McLaren Hunt Financial Group. Skeeter Cannon, North Warrnambool v South Warrnambool. What's happening out there, Skeet?
Yeah, not long to go here, Matty, and South Warrnambool are 10-14-74, leading North Warrnambool 7-7-49.
Ricky Henderson, mate, how's he gone?
Yeah, he's been good, Ricky. Probably a quieter second half than the first half. He was real good in the first half. Big Hawthorn, ex-Hawthorn superstar Tyrone Vickery kicked 4. He's had a good day out, so no, they've been good stouts.
Hey, well done, Skeet. We'll come back to you for a wrap-up. Simon Perry, Warrnambool v Hamilton. What's happening out there, Pez?
Yeah, g'day, lads. It's all over here. It's Warrnambool won the game here, so it's Warrnambool ran out winners 12-8-81 to Hamilton 6-7-43.
Beautifully done, Pez. We'll come back to you too for your pit stop and menswear MVP voting. Liam Hoy, Karoit v Terang Mortlake. It's been all the Saints this afternoon. Hoysey, what's happened out there, mate?
Hey, boys. Karoit 23-21, 159 to Terang, 2 goals, 7-19. No injuries to report. Very proud of the boys. It's a huge effort.
Beautifully done, Hoysey. We'll come back to you for a complete wrap-up too, not too far away. Let's go downstairs to Possum Kelly, who's got one of the young guns, the big Texan, Tex Mitchell.
Yeah, I think he's the new cult figure here, boys, at Portland. But Tex, good win, mate. Personally, 3 goals, but more importantly, a good win by the boys.
Yeah, it was great. Forward pressure was awesome. Last week we brought it as well in the forward half, but it didn't really pay off because we couldn't get much in there. But I was really proud of the defence, absolutely pounded it out and spoiled everything and took strong marks as well. And midfield just worked really arse off all day and it really showed off in the scoreboard.
And it was a fairly tight contested game, and the pressure was on there all day. Port sort of kept coming at you, but you had that little 2 or 3 goal buffer most of the day, and in the end, you're able to capitalise that and then finish it off towards the end.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I guess it's just the pre-season work we've done, all the running and hard work. We've always worked on our forward entries, all that, like every training and everything, so it's all good.
3 snags for yourself, mate, so you'd be pretty happy with that?
Yeah, it's pretty standard. Last week couldn't get any, so it's pretty good this time.
Good on you, mate. We'll get in and sing the song. Thanks, boys.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this song too. One of the best songs going around on Blackburn is the Tigers song.
No, we're not going to mention that. Awesome.
Here
we go.
He's shaking
Well, we
his
missed
head
out
there.
last year.
He won't go in there. He refused to go in there, Possum, to get the get the song on. But I can't wait to hear the song too, and they'll sing it with some gusto. Make no mistake about it. Great victory by the Portland Tigers. Their first win in season 2021. Great to see Holdy too back in the winner's circle. And Possum Kelly downstairs.
In the winner's circle, did you say?
Here we go.
There we go.
Song, boys. That's all I was when I was.
Hey, they're going to get the boom boom booms in there. I don't know about that.
Yeah, they do it a little bit differently. Yeah, good on them.
Should have seen these two up here, Poss. I'll tell you, embarrassing.
Right.
As I said, Hilly, I was in there thinking about the Merivale song, not the Richmond song.
If you're joining us for the first time, South Warrnambool victors over the North Warrnambool Eagles. Warrnambool getting the job done against the Hamilton Kangaroos. The Saints absolutely smashing Terang Mortlake this afternoon, and we are going to wrap up all those games as well as best players. Matt Cohire, highlight of the day. Matthews, Petroleum Player of the Day. Southwest Tools Tool of the Week. What else have we got, Hilly?
We've got our Pit Stop
Lucas Brothers Snag of the Day.
Pit Stop Menswear, highlight of the day contender as well. Plenty to get through.
Plenty to get through. We hope you've enjoyed the coverage so far. We're going to take a break on Hammond League Live. Come back with more right